appreciate everybody's patience in that regard. But we're back on track now. From what I could tell, we are not impacted as a Sunday morning game by anything really. Um, so I think there's one day before the end of the year that we're not going to play, and that is the 29th of December. So other than that, we are good to go. We're just gonna grind through this stuff.
That's what you need.
All right, everybody ready to start? We good?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So the last time we played, which would be, I guess, 2 weeks ago, the party did a couple of things. Let's see. First and foremost, they investigated some ruins that were on the eastern side of the Lizard Marsh, and they have every right to believe that this may or may not be the hunting grounds and/or lair of a black dragon. That did not deter them at all. They sort of sidestepped around acid pools, searched around ruins, eventually found the opening or the caved-in opening of some underground ruins. A very small chamber. Inside was obvious signs of Feywild intrusion, and two stone sarcophagi that contained the mummified remains of merfolk. Through some trial and error, they were able to awaken one of the merfolk's spirits and do battle with it, ultimately promising to return the body to the ocean for proper burial. They also discovered that there was a whole network of these ruins spread throughout the marshes, and in the end, kind of realized there wasn't too much going on at these particular ruins, and decided to check out the next closest one, which was the Island of Thousand Teeth. So that is where they headed next, wherein they did battle with the huge crocodile known as Thousand Teeth, and ultimately routed him. He fled from the scene, and they have now gained access to some underground caverns. And I think that's where we left off. So Goonie style, they were kind of going down a natural stone water slide sort of thing into these chambers. Did I miss anything, or are we good to go?
That sounds pretty good.
Alrighty. So let me bring you guys over to these underwater ruins. If the entire map of underwater ruins loads for you, please refresh your browser, etc., etc., etc. It seems that Roll20 has worked out the majority of their bugs, from what I could tell. So that's good to hear.
Good. I was going to ask if we need to find another god to pray to apart from RNGesus.
Yeah, no, I think this one will be. I think the games I've run this week, I haven't noticed any, knock on wood, any issues with Roll20. So we'll see how they go. Though I really haven't run a lot because I had to cancel my Thursday game, and then there is no game Tuesday or Wednesday. But Friday game was good. I didn't notice any issues Friday game. But then again, they role played the whole time. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. All right. So that being said, let me drop you guys over into this here dungeon, and we'll get started. All right. So can everybody see like the entire map, or can you only see this bottom southern portion?
Can you like ping us over there?
Yeah, sure.
I'm here now.
I just see this bottom part where we are.
Sweet. Okay.
Oh my God, where's Brine?
Oh yeah, good one.
Oh, you didn't see him get dragged off and eaten by the Thousand Teeth.
No.
He's so
He
brave.
got dragged off, but we didn't see him die. He could very well be alive.
Oh, totally.
He's so brave.
Cutting his way free from the inside. See, he didn't follow the strategy advice. That's the problem.
I mean, he was trying. He really was.
Too bad. But crocodile was pretty big.
Did you see me shoot it? Shot it right in the belly.
You did. You blew the hell out of its stomach. Yeah, it had no interest of fighting after that.
Yes, thank you, Garuda. You're the only reason I'm in here. I had a plan, but it probably would not have worked.
Anytime, Alice. Can't let one of our own get eaten. I mean, again.
What's the saying? Plans only. No, plans never survive contact with the enemy.
Yep. And for some reason, Alvis's plans are always, derived after contact with the enemy, which is just that added element of chaos.
He has a plan? I thought it was, there's enemy. Let's do shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, plan.
Okay.
That's not plan?
From a certain point of view, it might be considered a plan.
I would love to say that Alvis is like me channeling the character that's not all tactical, while my other character on Friday is the tactical one. But my other character on Friday died 3 sessions in a row, so I don't really. I'm just on a horrible streak right now. So again, thank you, Garuda, for avoiding me
You're the
getting
reason insurance rates are so high.
3 times in a row.
Yeah, their cleric has burned through all of his diamonds on Revivifies. All right. He actually had to tell everybody before they left town Friday night. He's like, I don't have enough diamonds to bring you all back to life. Please do not die, or you will just get gentle reposed until we can bring you back. Yeah. All right. So you guys travel down until you kind of flop out into an open chamber down below. It does seem to be natural stone. It is very wet. There is all manner of like swampy mosses and lichens that are kind of growing on these stone ledges. They are slightly stepped, but not enough to cause any problems since none of you are small-sized creatures. The ceiling of this room is probably about 30 feet high. All right. There are passages up ahead that branch to the right and to the left. The complex is, or the caverns that you're in, they're very damp. Everything is wet. Everything is slippery. None of this would necessarily impose any game mechanic issues, but just sort of giving you an idea of this is a very damp, wet place, and it looks like prone to flooding every now and again. So yeah, or you can always just start climbing back up these sort of wet tube slash tunnel slash staircase that you took to get down here. All told, you're probably about 100 feet below the surface of the swamp right now.
100 feet below the surface?
Mm-hmm.
Don't ask questions. It's magical.
Well, no, I mean, you guys, none of you are dwarves, but yeah, you kind of estimate with your big brains that the amount of distance that you traveled to get down here was probably about 100 feet, probably 100 feet below the swamp right now. By Faerun standards, that would put you in the upper-Underdark.
We're in Faerun.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep. You are. So I guess welcome to the Underdark.
Welcome to the Underdark. We got pain and games.
Who's the brave soul that wants to lead the way?
Pietro will draw his rapiers and he will start moving forward.
Okay.
Did you get your own mic, dude? Pietro?
What?
Did you get your own mic? Like, are you and Alfred no longer sharing a mic?
There was
I-
a
I-
real,
I-
there was
I
a
felt
real
like I
bad, real bad breakup last weekend.
Yeah, we don't talk about that, man. Like,
Yeah.
Would
No.
the group feel better if we went back to one mic?
no.
I always pictured your two faces just squished together, like sharing one microphone.
Cheek to cheek.
Yeah, you know, semi-erotic, I guess. But not,
Wow.
you know what
Wow.
I mean? All right.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, anywho, that poor microphone will just have to make do with one user now. And that's fine. We've all been there, microphone. So Pietro, you feel bravery come over you. And that's
Well,
good,
I
guess.
faced off against a giant alligator and then survived by running away, but still survived.
You do hear, with your passive perception of 14, you do hear a type sound coming from the left passageway. And you do see that these passages have roughly a 15-foot ceiling.
Okay. I will turn back to the group, and I will mouth at them, Sahaugen, and then point off to the left, and then sort of make a quizzical look and say left or right. I'll gesture, and see what the group wants to do.
Oh, you see some?
You hear a clatter, and a stone skips into the room from the left passage, and it comes to rest right about there.
I whisper back as best I can. I think our decision's about to be made for us. Are we ready to face off against these bastards?
Always ready.
Does Jenna have
Someone
mage
have a-
hand?
Mage hand? I don't.
I
Do
might.
not.
Hang on. I
Do
might.
not. Maybe soon when I can start switching around cantrips.
Like, if we had mage hand, we could just throw the stone back.
Oh no, I don't have it. Never mind.
Yeah, the new UA update is definitely coming towards the end of the month. I'm waiting for the official artificer to be birthed into the world, and then we'll.
Isn't that today? Actually.
Golly, I think it's pretty close. It's like for D&D Beyond, I think it's the 20th.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think Game Store's got it like 3 days early or something.
Okay.
So I know a couple people have early copies that they're posting everywhere. You could definitely yo-ho pirate a copy pretty quick if you were curious about it. But you don't need to, because you have full access to it on the 20th. Pirating's bad. So, but yeah, it's been leaked early. So
Wait, pirating's bad? Guys, we
Yes.
have to rethink our whole campaign aims
Yeah.
here.
You guys have to look hard in the mirror. Are we the bad guys?
No. It's only illegal if you get caught.
I like this guy.
Dude, they already axed Archivist off of D&D Beyond. Rip.
Okay. So, are we going to ready up for battle and head toward the
Well-
Sahaugen party, or are we going to try and sneak around?
Do they know that we're here?
I don't know. But I hear Sahaugen and something kicked a rock in our general direction.
I kind of wish I didn't let Wally sacrifice himself now.
Mhm.
Use his talents.
At that, Alvis remembers that he left Arabeth in like the extra dimensional space, and he kind of shrugs and summons her.
All right, you hear a Jenna. Your passive perception is what, like a 14?
Oh, it's terrible.
Oh. A 10. You hear nothing. So Pietro, as you continue to tune those adorable half-orc ears, you hear several medium-sized splashes.
Crash, for some reason I can't control Arabeth's token.
Oh, all right. Let me see what's wrong with it.
Okay, in that case, I will position myself in front of Jenna, and I will move up to sort of try and peek around the corner.
Just let me know if we're gonna have to fight.
I can send Arabeth out, guys.
Oh, there he is.
Alrighty.
All right, you should have control over now.
Okay. So I
Okay,
don't
send
have
a
her
bird.
flying. I have her just kind of like hopping on the ground,
Okay.
and I don't know what her. She doesn't. Yeah, birds don't have dark vision or anything like that.
Nah.
So
Are you doing the go into her body to ride along type thing?
No, we're in a like we're close enough. We should still have our telepathic.
Right.
Yeah. No. So it's I'll just kind of post her up here and just have her listen for a sec by the rock.
Okay.
She has 14 perception, advantage on sight, but that's only if she can see.
Right.
So, but we'll see if anything throws a rock at her or something like that. Sorry, Arabeth, I love you.
Yeah, as she kind of hops around, I mean, the rock that was tossed is indistinguishable from any other rock, like in the complex. I don't know why I keep saying complex. The caverns, cave complex. That's right. Okay.
Ooh, Afra,
Yeah,
can you cast light on Arabeth?
I can actually.
Alrighty.
Sure.
Wait, are you sure? That's gonna definitely alert them.
Arabeth becomes the only light in the darkness.
Now she'll take wing,
Okay.
and I will dash action with her.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 120 feet. So she's just gonna do a 60-foot swoop like there and back.
Okay.
So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
All right. Up
Yeah.
ahead, where you see this blue line,
Yep.
that is where the cavern roof basically like lowers to meet the water line.
Ooh.
So any further than that, you would have to be underwater.
All right. So she'll swoop back.
Why did you? Oh, never mind. I get it. Never mind.
All right.
And so she will convey this to Elvis, who will then convey it to everybody else. That right around the corner there is a. So it turns to the left, and then there's a pool of water, but then the ceiling meets that pool. So if we were to proceed down that way, we would need to go into the pool of water to see if it leads anywhere else. The splashes we heard were clearly whatever was there diving in there. So.
And you still have some underwater breathing as well that was cast on you.
I feel like fighting this rock in the water is stupid. We should not do that.
That's just because you can't shoot your guns in the water. But I agree with you, 100%. We should go the other direction.
Yeah.
In the fight in the water, we will be on the how you say the Sahalkin home turf.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go right.
Okay.
I mean,
So
wouldn't you? Don't you think the good stuff's underneath the water? Aren't you guys supposed to be pirates? Where's a little bravery?
Jenna,
I mean,
you're
are you
always
any good
welcome
at
to
fighting
lead the way.
underwater? I am not.
I think Pietro's muted. You can just hear him way off in the distance.
Oh yeah, we're hearing him through Afra's mic.
See, he loves sharing a mic that much. He's still doing it.
It's a chance for us to do stuff together. So why
Exactly.
should we sequester ourselves to opposite ends of the house?
Your microphone's heart is big enough to love two users.
It really is.
Yeah. If you'd like to know more about polyamory and microphones,
Guaranteed, there's a video on YouTube about it somewhere.
absolutely. So, all right. Let me grab. Where's your fish boy? Here he is. So Oceanus.
Wait, are we?
been-
Oh,
Yeah.
other
who's
fish boy.
Yeah, who's been sitting here quiet the whole time. He says, so we're not going to go deal with those Sahaugen? Is that the plan?
Not at the moment.
All right.
We might be able to draw them out, but let us reconnoiter the terrain.
Okay.
I mean,
Who's
I'm
gonna
not-
who's rear guard then?
Arabeth.
This seagull?
Do we want to send Arabeth ahead to scout? Should I bring up the rear?
Did he just call my falcon a seagull?
He did. I don't think he meant it in a derogatory way. I think his knowledge of land animals is very limited.
That being the case, Alvis will still, as an instinctual thing,
Yeah.
smack him across the face. Not like a brutal, like full arm slap.
Like a
But
prissy slap?
Literally just like a prissy slap on the mouth, like, and with like a warning look.
Oh, do you have a
Right.
glove? Pull out your
His
glove.
I would use that
eyes
handkerchief.
his eyes go wide, and he says, "Not a seagull, then, okay?"
And with that acknowledgement, Alvis is fine. Call my falcon a seagull, you.
Oceanus leans into Garuda and says, "Does it make you feel strange that that animal over there is magically enslaved to that man, and that animal kind of looks a little bit like you?"
I did the same thing. I was there and slap him.
All right. He feels his other cheek. And he says, "I take this to mean Oceanus will quietly watch the rear of the party." All right.
I fucking love that, Gruda.
He has his crossbow out, and he is aiming it at the other passageway. This passageway only has a 10-foot high ceiling. It is definitely, I wouldn't say claustrophobic, but you know, it's dark and dank and wet, and who knows where it goes. Pietro, you leading the way?
I am.
Okay.
Afra will be close behind.
All right. Afra enjoying the benefits of Lightbird. All right. Passage winds around to your right. And, oh, stop right there. You just stepped in something.
Oh, great.
So
Which
off
one
to
of
your
us?
left is a silvery pool of liquid. Right here. The surface of it, lit by your magical light, almost looks like mercury.
Ooh.
You start to notice that there are lots of these little puddles around. Just thought I'd mention. Up ahead, there is a passage to the left, or you can continue going straight.
I'm actually gonna grab one of my arrows and like poke it.
Okay. Yeah, so as you poke it, you see that a lot of what looks like algae, silvery algae, ends up clinging to the arrow, and you realize that whatever is growing in this water is how it gets its unique appearance.
But like, there's no smoking, and my arrow didn't immediately
Yeah, no.
disintegrate.
And as you kind of
Okay.
stir it, a little bit, you do see that there are tiny, translucent, like krill-like creatures, like swimming around in this sort of tide pool.
Okay. Okay.
Can Jenna like walk up and she's gonna like look at the tip of Afra's arrow and try and discern
Oh
if
yeah,
she
this
knows
would
what this
definitely
is.
be a herbalism check.
If I don't have herbalism, then nature or nothing.
Yeah, nature could probably fill in for it.
21.
Yeah. So you don't recall from your studies there being any sort of algae that has this effect on water or that would look like this. Yeah, so whether or not you want to take a sample with you or what, but yeah, it's very very unusual. Everything about it though just kind of speaks of a very like fibrous, very thin strain of algae, but the coloration and the sort of effect it's having on the water are definitely I don't want to use the word alien, but they're definitely not something that you're familiar with, even with the 21.
Okay. I have a scholar's pick. I don't know if it has like vials in it.
Alvis can, like, he wouldn't be pleased if he has to, but if no one else has something to carry, pour his flask out.
Give me a moment. Let me look through my bag.
He starts drinking his flask while he waits.
Mm.
Can't, waste as little as possible.
Pietro will see what Elvis is doing and go back and sort of gesture like, "Give it here," and we'll help him finish the flask.
Ooh, yeah. He will
Teamwork.
hand it over.
Yeah.
I mean, cooperation. It's the bedrock of which this
This is a
organization
team
is
building
made.
exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't have anything that could hold this. If you don't mind, Alvis, or if anyone's got a small bottle.
I mean, I feel like this is a team effort, so before handing an empty flask to Jenna, we'll hand a flask that still has about a third of the brandy in it.
Oh, Jenna will throw it back, and then using her small knife, she'll kind of scoop some into the empty flask.
All right.
It's gonna be a bit contaminated, but what can you do? Please, Pietro, proceed.
Are we going straight ahead or are we going off to the left?
Just pick one.
We can send Erebeth if you want to scout.
Yes, send the bird. Not you, Garuda. Stand back.
That never gets confusing. What direction, PHO, would you like Erebeth to scout?
Have her go the way we are now.
Okay.
All right. So up ahead, Pietro and Arabeth, you see large groups of glowing fungi, as you can clearly see on the map. They seem to be phosphorescent, and every now and then they let out little shuddering breaths. Just and then you see like the caps kind of ripple a little bit.
When they do that, is there like visible spores in the air around them?
No, it does not seem like that.
I'm going to roll a nature check.
You also see Afra as you move into the room. Some more mushrooms. These are of a different variety. They are big, fat, brown toadstools, and they are all clumped together in these brown circles.
Do I know anything of the bioluminescent fungi?
With a 14 nature, you know that in the world of Toril, mushrooms ride a very thin line between plant and animal, just like in the real world, but even more so because magic. It is not uncommon for Underdark mushrooms to have phosphorescence. It is also not uncommon for Underdark mushrooms to fill a number of different roles, both good and bad, and that many are quite dangerous or have very dangerous natural defenses.
Don't touch them.
So it looks like we actually.
If you had to guess, you would say that these right here with a 14. Yeah, I think you would assume that those would be dangerous, but you can't at this time recall the exact name of them.
Can I see if I can fill in the rest of?
Sure.
Nope. Yeah, that sounds exactly what I know. That's exactly right.
So the toadstools are kind of in our way for continuing forward. I don't know if we would be able to pick our way through.
Yeah,
them.
there is a smell coming off the toadstools. It smells like wet farts. Yeah.
Oh God.
That's nasty.
Yeah.
I could try and Eldritch blast them out of the way.
We could also go the other
We
passage
could go
here.
the other way. That's true. We can go the other way.
Yes, let us see what is the other way, and we will note we could blast our way through.
I mean, who's hiding treasure behind toadstools?
Well,
Get out of here.
poisonous flora could be.
I could send Arabeth over the mushrooms. I mean, if they pour out at her, then I mean that would.
We may lose our scout then.
We may.
And Jenna eyes Oceanus like, you're next, buddy.
You guys want me to try and see if she can make the other way? Like, make it over the toadstools?
Yes.
All right. This time I think, yeah, Alvis is going to just quickly move here behind the group, and then he will assume control.
Okay.
And
yeah, I mean the brown mushrooms, they're not very tall. They're very squat and very, round and kind of floppy. All right, you fly over and hold on a sec. You see another cavern full of the green mushrooms, and you also see another area where you can go in the water, and then the ceiling reaches down. Yeah, to create an underwater passageway.
Okay. When we're in the familiar, it's my hearing and my sight that's in the familiar, but I could still talk, so I could be describing this.
Right. Yep. You talk from your body. Absolutely.
All right. Now, because he can't hear himself, Alvis is doing that thing where he's like, "All right, so after the mushroom," and he's just really loud as he's describing it, unless someone pats him to indicate to quiet down. Otherwise, he just stays at that volume and describes that there is, yes, another cavern of the green mushrooms that appears to have a walkable path through it. Although that seems to be where this ends. It's the underwater passage that is the apparent only other direction to go here.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think we can avoid these underwater passages.
I mean, I don't either, but I'd still like to explore what's on land first.
Alvis will come back to himself. Did anybody pat him on the back, by the way, or did he actually just shout everything? All right.
Yeah, and when Afra says she'd like to explore on land, Jenna's just like, well, you're the archaeologist, by all means.
Yeah, this is all looking pretty natural to me.
I don't
Alright,
see
let's-
anything similar to what we experienced
Let's go back down this
where we found
passageway here.
that ring for you.
Yeah.
So this weird unnatural algae is like.
Yeah, there's a lot of it.
All right. Again, up ahead, you see another area that lowers down into a submerged passage.
Okay. Well, I guess we have to do this then. Which one do we want to pick, I guess? You want to go back to the Sahaugen one, or do you want to...
I think the important question at this time is how much time do we have left of the other three?
I think a few hours.
How long has it been up until this point?
I think like 12.
PM.
Well, let's look at our.
Well, let's see. The
Let's look at
calendar
our calendar.
is not updated after our last session, but the travel from the exploring the ruins, the travel from the ruins, and let's see, travel to the ruins, exploring the ruins, travel from the ruins, and then getting here. The 7, 8. Okay. Yeah, so you have about an hour and a half of water breathing left.
Okay.
How an hour?
Hour and a half, yeah.
An hour and a half.
90 minutes.
Let's get swimming.
Can you drop me out, Crash? I'm kind of lost.
Oh yeah. Oceanus comes around the corner and said, "Hey, they went this way."
I'm going to put Erebeth.
Garuda behind.
Yeah. Well, I would go get some water. I was still listening, and you guys moved on. I could see.
It's this way.
Okay.
I'm gonna put Erebeth back into the extra dimensional space because she can't. She can't.
You want me to just put you with everybody?
Please.
Sorry, Garuda.
It's cool. It's my fault.
It's like a horror movie. Like we thought he was right behind us.
I will instead cast light on, like, I don't know, myself.
All right. So Erebeth is no longer the only light in the darkness.
Well, she's gone. I don't want to
Oh.
delete the token in case it like
Okay.
messes with control, but
All right.
yeah.
And then you're gonna cast light on yourself,
Yeah.
becoming the only light in the darkness.
Yes.
Got it.
Why does my Alvis not have the right hit? Oh, Crash, we did it again. This Alvis token is from the wrong character sheet.
All right. Hold on.
Well, it's got the right name. Oh, there we go. Okay. We could delete the old character sheet if you want. That might make it easier.
Okay. Sounds good. So we're going underwater, huh? Says
Yes.
Oceanus. All right. Should be nice.
Alvis is gonna look at him and almost like, in a patronizing way, he's gonna be like, "You know how to swim, Elf?"
Why don't you just ask Garuda if he knows how to fly?
Well, I don't know. This one looks like I can't tell if he's an elf or a trout.
Wow. You're really upset about that seagull comment.
Yeah.
I'll be using
I
a
was led
bow.
to believe that seagulls were lovable. Is that not the case?
Can we talk underwater?
Can you talk underwater if you want to use up all your, because you have water breathing.
Yeah.
Yes, but it would sound terrible, but you could definitely do it. It would
Okay.
be like every cartoon you've ever seen of people talking underwater. Yep, exactly. Yep.
I'll
Okay,
be
in that
using a
case, I'm
bow.
gonna
But
wave at Afra.
if you speak Aquan, it would be melodious siren-like music that everybody who also speaks Aquan could understand.
Yeah, Pietro's not that smart.
Okay. Fair enough.
Well, in that case, why don't we make Oceanus go first, and that way he can tell us what.
Wait.
Wait.
Oceanus may be important later.
Alvis is gonna bark a laugh and
Oceanus likes to think that he's important all the time to himself.
Okay, so Pietro's
everyone
gonna come
thinks they're
back.
special.
What is going on?
His many half sea elf children that littered the Sword Coast.
Alvis speaks Aquan. He also can breathe underwater naturally. Has a swim speed.
Okay.
I can speak Aquan too. Hef taught me. You can
Who's
just
Hef?
Rip.
Where's this Hef guy?
He died thanks to this bastard water genasi.
Yep. Okay, I'll scout. With Pietro.
Yes.
So Garuda, you and I are staying here.
No, I think we're going. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just switching over to a bow. I'll put my guns inside my little fanny pack of holding.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, so we're gonna go down the passage here.
Pietro, you see something up ahead.
I wave back at them, just sort of like, oh, stop.
Okay, we stop here.
All right. Up ahead, you see that there are some dead Sahaugen sort of floating. Oh my goodness. All right. Floating just sort of dead goldfish style in the water. Their bodies are bloated from decomposition. And you also see whatever that is, which also is dead and floating here.
That is so cool looking, whatever that is. I want its head as a helmet.
Yeah, it's full-size picture. I think I have art for it.
That would make a cool helmet. You're right about that one.
And the color scheme matches my character art. Alvis is nothing if not a style fashion icon.
It's all about the aesthetics, Dom.
Yeah, it looks like that.
Oh, that is so badass looking. If I die, can I be one?
Maybe. I don't know how it would go over in Saltmarsh. All right. Yeah. So you guys are down in the water. Pietro kind of motions for you guys to stop, motions ahead. And yeah, you see that these creatures are quite dead. They are floating in the water. The water around them is foul from the rot of their corpses.
I'll relay like what Pietro is seeing and such to the others in Aquan. For those who understand it.
What is that?
Could we roll an Arcana to see what the hell that is? Or would it be nature?
It would be nature to understand what these things are.
All right, let's see what we got.
Yeah, I'd like to.
I'll assist someone.
Oh!
Pietro knows what's what.
All right. So Pietro, these creatures, they kind of look like a mermaid in their general physiology, in that they have like a humanoid torso and a fish lower body. You have heard of large-sized merfolk type creatures. They are called marrow. They are basically like the ogres of the mer community. But you have not heard of any that have that exact sort of look. Like, these seem to have some sort of weird carapace thing going on, kind of growing out of their flesh in places.
like, does it seem unnatural, or is it just big?
Looking at it, it kind of feels like the scales around the neck and head and face area are a bit unnatural. In so much as there were unnatural things with Thousand Teeth as well. Like he had spines and all sorts of other weird augments on him that a normal crocodile wouldn't have. This marrow does seem to be augmented in some way.
Okay, and I will sort of point at it, get the group's attention, point at it, make a thumbs down motion, and like draw my finger across its throat to indicate it's bad news.
Yeah. So marrow, with your very good history, or not history, but nature check. Yeah, they are basically, if there was an equivalent, they would be the ogres of the mer community. It is said that they originally were merfolk that sort of were corrupted by demonic blood, bad life choices, that sort of thing.
I got with the wrong group of friends.
Does it look like the things were fighting each other? Can I try and determine like cause of death?
Yeah, investigation or medicine would probably give you the answer to that.
Ooh, I only got a 10. A patron.
Pedro's just rocking the in checks right now. Holy shit.
So Crash, what do I know?
Yeah. So, checking the weapons that they were carrying versus the wounds that they had suffered. They definitely fought and killed each other. You do see signs that magic may have also been used during the attacks, and there are signs on the marrow of blunt impact trauma.
So that would be from something
not,
else,
which is
other
not
than the
type,
Sahaugen.
right, other than the Sahaugen.
Can I try and take its helmet off?
I hate to say, but I think that's just its head, and there's most likely a winner of this combat. I doubt they just killed themselves. There's probably another up ahead, so we should be prepared.
All of us, as you start working on that head, give me an athletics check.
Oh.
you have a swim speed still, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is hilarious. This is because I have proficiency. I get a +3. Whoa!
All right. Thanks to the rot and the damage from the fight, it does take a lot of work, but with a sickening sort of splurk type sound, you pull a full-on like scorpion, and you just pull the head and the spine out of the neck hole area.
Awesome.
The body sort of drifts away as you kind of pushed off of it with your strength.
I'm gonna have it pull its helmet,
Are you
I was
gonna just carry that giant ass head around?
I mean, I'll put the head in my backpack. I'll let the spine hang out of it. Like that. I don't think I could roll that up into the backpack. That was a pretty large creature.
Oceanus whispers to you in Aquan, Jenna. There's a Sahaugen behind us.
Jenna's just like, let's make it think we don't know it's there, and let it follow us a bit longer till we can regroup.
Okay.
Pedro, we're gonna go up that way.
Swim off. Guys, we have company.
Yeah, I'm not hearing any of this because I'm ahead and I don't speak Aquan.
No, I said we have company in common.
So just
all I heard was.
Got it. All right. Yeah, I mean, again, you would still hear the words, but
Okay.
they sound ridiculous. Yeah.
In that case, I will turn back, be like, "Huh, what was all that about?"
at our flank, Sahaugen.
I get the gist. And I sort of look at Jenna and I tap my rapiers together, or do I make sort of like a holding stop motion with my hands?
I don't know how to respond. Let's just kill the fucking thing. Take a shot at it.
Alright, alright, kill it. Take a shot.
Underwater?
I got it. I kind of ready action as soon as I see it and going for it.
Sure.
You guys see.
How long would you guys like to wait?
Just a short amount of time.
Okay.
If it doesn't follow us, then I'll even kind of like try and stealth back and take another peek.
All right.
I'm just gonna check to see if this one's head is in better condition than the
That would definitely be either a survival or a medicine check.
All right. Let's go with my. We'll check medicine. Oh, that was not good.
I mean, to you, they both look roughly the same.
Okay, then I'm happy with the one I have. Alvis
Well,
will wait
looks
here
like,
to see what we do.
it looks like it's not pursuing us. So, yeah, that's not good. It's probably gonna tell everyone that we're here. But what can you do?
I mean, we could murder it.
It's gone.
Oh,
It looks like it was just a scout. Our
Oh.
presence is known.
okay.
Let's do you want
Try.
to double back or should we move forward?
We should move forward. We've only the rest of you only have a little bit of time left for your water breathing, right? It's limited.
Yeah, we only had 90 minutes.
So, shall we go north, Pietro?
Let's go the
Yeah,
way I was
let's go
going.
north.
Just try to move as fast as we can to get out the water before we fight.
This thing is disgusting.
Oof. Big cavern, lots of different ways to go. Is this out of the water trash?
Yeah, hold on just a sec. Yes, so Pietro, that would definitely surface into a dry land area.
Mm-hmm.
Here we
Bad
go.
toadstools. Bad toadstools, I think.
Okay.
Those look like rocks.
Oh, I just
No,
see.
those are toadstools. He's got it.
Oh, they're toadstools?
Bad toadstools. Wet fart. Wet fart.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, these are.
Okay, let's not step on the wet farts.
So are we going back on land?
Well, don't you think we should... I mean, take a quick peek.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Pietro, can you hold on just a sec for
Yep.
me?
Sorry, guys. I must have triggered something.
Yeah, it's all good. It's just there's a lot of moving parts right now.
Stepped on a crack and you broke your mom's back.
Can you give me an intelligence saving throw?
Oh, shit.
That is the worst saving throw. Unless you.
Okay. Yeah, you feel like a migraine coming on, and then you kind of like close your eyes for a second, and you think it's okay, and then suddenly there's an explosion of pain as you take 6 points of psychic damage.
Okay. Great. Okay, so
I'll run up to him and be like, "What happened? What happened?"
there's something attacking my mind. Let's get out of here before it gets worse. And I'm gonna go back under the water.
Okay. Sploosh back into the water. Got it.
I'm trying to peek around the corner, but there's nothing really that I see.
And I realize Zephyr's not coming
Afro,
up.
Go ahead and give me an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, okay.
I warned you.
Ugh. I'm proficient in this one.
You take 4 points of psychic damage.
Do you see what's at least causing this?
No, I
distress?
can't see
No.
anything.
Did you take a peek around the corner?
I did, and I don't see anything. I see another one of those pools, and then, my light fades out.
Well then, let's just get out of here and not take unnecessary.
Afra,
Okay.
can you give me an intelligence saving throw?
Again?
no.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, can I go back and grab her?
Yeah. If you need to.
Well,
so you
she
take
hasn't come back, and I
take
reported to
7
Jenna, so I'm gonna go
points
back
of
and grab her.
psychic damage. As whatever is doing this continues to assault your mind.
Okay, I grab Afra and start dragging her back to the water.
All right. She's got a little like Stranger Things nosebleed going, but other than that, seems fine.
Come on.
Ow.
So, swimming this way?
Yes.
Yeah.
Away from the rain.
North or south?
I vote south.
South does look like a wider.
Oh. More dead things.
I think those are the original dead things.
Oh. Did we just make a circle? Okay.
Think so.
Pietro, roll initiative.
Oh, shit.
no.
Just him or everyone?
No, everyone. Yeah,
Okay.
time unfortunately can't just slow down for Pietro.
Holy crap. Damn it, I wasted my 20 on initiative?
Wasted? That's the best thing to get a 20 on.
As a caster, I love having low initiative, so see the battle unfold and then make my choices accordingly.
Dang. I'm the exact opposite. I prefer to have high so I can cast impactful spells before everything scatters.
Alrighty. I think everything is rolled into initiative. I think we'll add one of these guys.
See, when he says I think, it makes me worried that he's rolling so many things into initiative. He's got them all.
It happens. All right. Let's see. Sending. Ooh, okay. Nice. All right. So with a of aggression, the Sahaugans that you have spotted you. Who knows what they're saying? Because I think they are straight up speaking Sahaugan, which is like a language. But yeah, let's jump into this thing. I guess we'll just do this until it breaks. Why not? All right. So, first up is a pretty rough-looking, pretty tough-looking Sahaugan. He is wearing some what looks like bronzed armor or copper-plated armor of some kind. The most notable feature of this particular Sahaugan is that he has a 4 arms.
That's
So that's
cool.
kind of interesting. Yeah. He is wielding a trident, and he looks over at Pietro. And let's see, can he reach him? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, sweet. 50-foot swim speed. All right. Pietro, this dude swims right up to you, and he is going to go ahead and make 3 attacks.
Okay.
All right, so he will attack with his trident and his bite. So first off, you have damage on you.
Yes.
Okay, so Sahaugen have a racial ability called Blood Frenzy. They have advantage on all melee attack rolls against any creature that is missing any hit points.
Holy shit!
Yeah. So he will start with a bite and kind of go from there. 21 for 10.
That hits.
All right, and then he's going to follow up with the trident. He might as well use 2 of those 4 hands on it to up the damage dice. Here we go. 20 for 12.
That hits.
And a 19 for 10.
That hits, and I think that knocks me the fuck out.
Oh, shit. Okay.
That was a 10.
As your blood
Goddamn.
I'm out.
All right, as your blood begins to cloud the water, you see his eyes dilate until they are just 2 black spheres in his fishy face. As the smell of the blood permeates the water, you hear the other Sahaugen go bananas with bloodlust. Alvis, you're up.
Okay. Well, we're in the water, so I can't lightning bolt this guy without frying all of us. I'm pretty
Nah,
sure.
you can, because there's no science in 5th edition D&D magic. So
So it's
seriously,
so long as I don't get eaten, will my periaptive wound closure stabilize me at the start of my next round?
correct. Yep, you never have to worry about rolling. The sad thing about that item is you lose that 5% chance to pop up with 1 HP. But the good thing about it is you never have to worry about bleeding out.
That's useful.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, forgive me. This is my first time ever playing a sorcerer. I believe I'm actually gonna quicken a spell here.
Okay.
So I'm gonna swim here to get a line on the guy, and I am going to spend 2 sorcery points to quicken a lightning bolt. And I'm not fucking around with Pietro lying there. So it's a DC 15
Okay.
reflex save, or he takes 27 points of damage.
All right, here we go.
Nice.
Ooh.
Son of a bitch!
All right. So he takes half of 27, but we round up, so he takes 14 points of damage.
Okay, and then because I quickened it, I'm also going to cast Chill Touch on the motherfucker.
Okay, that's a
Freeze
Constitution
his
save.
ass.
Yeah, that is. Oh no, that's
That's an attack roll.
an attack roll, which I crit
Alright.
on.
That is a critical hit.
16 necrotic.
All right, let's see what happens.
Freeze that bitch.
All right, if this
Alright.
attack deals force or thunder, no. Okay, so just the extra damage, but 16 necrotic damage. Fantastic.
Yeah, and he, if it matters, he cannot heal from any source. He cannot regain hit points, I should say, until the start of my next turn.
All right. Strong turn. Anything else from Alvis?
So I moved 20 feet there. I'll swim up here so that next round I can pull Pietro out of the shit.
Okay. Alright.
That's me.
Garuda, you're up.
Question: how high is the roof from where we are?
So you're in like water, so you're all basically flying, right? And then
Yeah.
you can change your elevation.
Yeah.
The chambers that you are in, it's about 30 feet where you guys currently are.
Like, yeah, Gorilla will fly up just because he's so used to that, so he'll swim up to
Yeah.
the top and like go barrage or 2 arrows at the what you call it. I'm gonna sharpshooter him too.
Okay.
Bitch.
7 does not hit. 18 does hit. The arrow slams into him. He is bloodied.
That's my turn.
All right. Okay, from around the corner, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just shy of reaching you. You see another Sahaugen appear. This one wears no armor. It only has 2 arms, but it is wielding a large maul or warhammer, essentially. Sorry, it is a warhammer. It's wielding a large warhammer. The warhammer does seem to be carved from coral. But as he approaches, he's unable to reach, so he will... yeah, he will swim up to here and do a little 5e shuffle with a dash action. All right, Jenna, you're up.
Jenna's gonna swim forward a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And type a book. What's going on? What's all this
No,
type?
I'm not the one typing. She's gonna just cast frostbite on
Alright.
the Haugen that dropped Petro.
Okay, so that's a Constitution save.
Yep.
Okay.
DC 15.
All right, 18 makes the save.
Okay, then nothing happens.
Alright.
It resists the spell, and Jenna trying to get a good look, but she can't, so she's just gonna kind of swim back. And she's gonna grab after him and be like, "Save Petro!" Oh, was that thing in front of me the whole time?
What
Yep.
thing?
This
Yeah.
one right here? I did
Yep.
not see that at all.
Yeah,
Alright.
no, it was there.
Yep, that's
Oh wow! So Oceanus swims up. He goes to take a shot with his crossbow and gets a nat 1. Let's see. If the attack was made with a bow or crossbow, it was. Okay. Let's see. Roll d6.
I think I was having connection issues. This is kind of unfortunate.
Weapons damage reduced by 1d4 until it pairs. All right, so he just damaged his crossbow. Cool.
Sweet.
What do you
Good
do?
job, bro. So he swam up to attack. He went to take the shots, and you could hear Garuda through the water the sound of something not right with his crossbow. Sort of a weird grinding sound.
Do I blame him or his crossbow?
From his crossbow.
Okay.
All right. So as a guy who works on machines, you do realize that there's something janky with his crossbow. It will need to be repaired. Undeterred, he reaches for another bolt and loads it. Pietro, your wounds close. You stabilize. All right.
All right. Sorry. So do I come back at 1 hit point?
No, you
No.
just lay there, not dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
All right.
still
This-
around.
This little thing's gonna come out and look around, see what it can see. All right, it's exciting. Oh, very slow speed. Very slow speed.
And if I hadn't taken psychic damage, I could have survived that, or maybe pop back up with my
Correct.
my orc stuff.
All right, let's see. Hungy little Sahaugen is going to go. This Sahaugen has a speed swim 40. Okay. So it has 8 spaces. So we'll swim to here. And then... Oh, so close. So close. Yeah, we'll swim to here, and then it will throw a spear at Alvis.
Now that's cheating now.
Yeah.
Shenanigans.
17 for 5.
Yeah, I take 5 damage.
Okay. As your blood from the little slice from the spear passing by your arm fills the water, they all let out very excited sounds.
How does that work with temporary hit points?
If you had enough temporary that you didn't lose any actual HP, then you're fine.
Then I am fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
That brings us to Afra.
Okay. This is just a general reference question. I have no swim speed, so how does my movement work?
So you move it half. There's no strong currents or anything to worry about, and you're not wearing like heavy armor or carrying anything crazy like that. So you would just move at half your speed as you sort of dog paddle / flounder about.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take a couple steps back.
Okay.
I'm going to, as a bonus action, I'm gonna spend all my healing light dice on Pietro.
Okay.
Which is 3d6, right?
Are you sure you want to do that? Because I'm going to get hit like 3 times before I come around.
I mean, if you hit 3 times before you come around, you're dead. Because, I mean, 2 melee hits are going to do two failed deaths on you. Even with the parapet, they'll just reopen the wounds.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and spend all 3.
Alright. But she is right, though, because the Baron's coming up. Ooh, it's tricky. That's tricky. Yeah. All right.
I mean,
oh my god. That's
She pops
also
you up,
only 6
yeah.
HP.
She pops you up with 6
So.
HP.
that sucks. That
Alright.
luck.
And
Well-
then...
I've already got another character in mind.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Don't
anyway,
you say that!
Believe in yourself.
That was bonus action. So
Okay.
main action on this guy, the
Yeah.
Baron, I guess.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
It's very
I'm
polite of
gonna-
you.
I'm gonna...
You mean Baron von
Okay.
Fuckstick?
Okay.
Less polite.
I'm gonna try a new thing. I'm gonna do Mind Sliver.
Okay. It's an
no sneak
intelligence
attack
save.
on that, obviously.
All right, here we go. 18.
Jesus.
Oh god damn, that thing is smart.
Yeah.
That thing is smart.
He just has all the saves. This is scary.
Racially, if you were to build a Sahaugen, they have a +2 to their intelligence stat. Yeah.
Okay, Baron von Fuckstick Shipbraid.
Yeah, they're very smart creatures. They don't always feel that way because I'm running them, but trust me, they're supposed to be smart. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's gonna swim up, and he will throw a spear at Alvis. Yeah, that sounds good. Or let's do this. He will swim. He will use the dash action to swim around. We'll say to here. Oh yeah, here we go. We can get right up on the ladies. There we go. Okay.
Oh, sneaky, sneaky.
Oh, look at that. We can actually reach you. Sweet. All right, so this guy will swim up to Alvis. He's going to make 2 attacks. He still has a spear in his hand, so he'll attack with that.
All right. First
It's only
attack.
a 9, and then he will try and bite you. Only a 10.
Oh my god, I have 11 AC.
Let's go, Alvis. Let's go.
Maybe don't scream you have 11 AC when try to detect.
Player.
In your face.
I'm so easy to hit.
So speaking of, here is a ranged attack for you. Let's see. That is a 20 for 7, Albus.
Actually, all I know that hits.
Yeah, that hits, and I have blood in the now.
All right, blood in the water. They are excited.
That's bad. And now I don't have armor of Agathis for the big guy now.
Top of the round, the big guy looks down at Pietro, who is awake again. Shake his head in frustration. He is going to just lean down and give you a sweet bite. This is with advantage for a number of reasons. One of which is you're Jeremy Crawford prone right now. That's what we call being prone underwater. Called the Jeremy Crawford prone. I mean, I guess it makes sense. You're floundering. Sorry, you're floundering. Here comes the bite. Oh, shit. Yeah, that is a critical hit. He sinks those teeth in for some noms. All right. Let's see what happens.
I'm now at -6.
There's no
I'm out again.
You're fine. Deep wounds. Okay, that's not too bad. You would just need to make a Constitution save or take extra damage, but in this case,
I'm out.
Yeah, the extra damage is not enough that it would kill you.
Well, at least he didn't take an arm off.
All right.
Or like I.
There's that. Then he's going to swim forward.
If I lose an eye, can I get it be my right eye? That way, all this will be kind of like a matching.
Maybe. Yeah, he's going to swim forward to Alvis, and he's going to take his 2 trident attacks. Here we go. 1, 17 for 14, and 2, a 19 for 13.
Yeah, shield wouldn't even help me with that. 27 damage. That leaves me with 8 HP. All right.
All right. In Aquin, he calls out, and I guess it would have to sound melodious, even though he's a hideous shark man because he's using Aquin. So he calls out, "Ho there! Wait! There's no reason for your allies to die here this day. We need assistance. If you're willing to grant it, then we are willing to grant your lives. Show me your concession, and this attack will end. Continue to resist, and you will feed my hungry troops."
For the record,
Yeah.
Baron von Fuckstick attacked us.
Yeah.
He did not parlay.
Look, you can try to gaslight this all you want, Pietro. But the Baron von Fuckstick is going to stick by what he said. So, the offer was thrown out there. It is up to you.
Well, I'm out, so
Cultural differences. Some people recruit adventurers by posting up a little flyer, asking around, "Hey, you guys know any adventurers?" Sahaugen are a little different, that's all. All right, Albus, what's the plan?
These guys are dicks. Alvis isn't an idiot. He will hold his hands up very clearly with the fingers held together, so not casting a spell. And he'll kind of hold a hand back towards Genna for stop. And he'll say in Aquin, "We accept your terms."
Do we? Keep it up.
To be honest, this is like, the fuck? All right, is that what you're going to do with your turn?
I'm surrounded by 4 of them with no defensive magics. Pietro's literally bleeding to death beside me. When Alvis is our front line, we have a problem, guys.
You just mixed up right now. Garuda, Do you speak Aquan?
I do not. But I see
Okay.
Alvis holding up his hand,
Yeah.
like doing something. So I see a
Oceanus
guy.
will say to you in common as you get ready to take your turn. He says, "We cannot trust them.
Uh,
God, it sounds terrible to speak common underwater."
It does
Uh,
sound pretty terrible.
I will ready my shot for the two people I trust the most, Jenna and Afra.
Okay.
As soon as they give me the word, I'll let it go at the big guy, and that's what I'll do.
All right. So, this big boy right here, he's going to move away from Alvis. Does Alvis take an opportunity attack on him?
Oh hell no!
All right.
I only slap sea elves.
All right. He's going to swim to here, and he is going to ready an action against who they have determined is your healer. All right, Jenna. Oh,
There we
see,
go.
Peace,
Yep.
peace was never an option then, huh?
There we go. That's all I needed.
Holy
and I will
shit!
say thanks, Jenna.
Well, remember, it's only one attack when you're readying an action. They don't get their full loadout. So
Okay.
I'm trying to save our allies.
Are you?
all right. So a fireball goes off in the midst of all the bad guys. Let's see what happens there. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them will need to make saving throws. Okay, here we go. This is for the basic bitches. I'll start at 6 o'clock and I'll go around. So 1, 2, 3. We got 1 save and 2 fails. And then the big boy, let's see what he gets. Oh, he fails. All right. Let's see. 20, then we round up, so that is 12 damage. And then, let's see. Oh, wait, I started at 6 o'clock. Sorry. That was only 6 damage. Because when you're underwater, you take half damage from fire. All right. So, 2 more are bloodied. None of them were killed.
Yeah, and then Jenna is gonna swim. See?
This one will try to attack you as you try to swim away.
Okay.
It's going to try to do a grapple. So give me an acrobatics or athletics check to oppose it. It only got a 5 though. So yeah, surprised by the fireball. It kind of turns to see this explosion, and you quickly swim away. That is your turn.
I think.
Kill them all! I assume that our ready
Yeah,
action.
so the
Yeah.
ready action should go off. So Garuda, you gonna take your ready to action?
Of course I am.
All right. Who are you shooting at, by the way?
The big guy.
This dude?
Yeah.
Okay, that's 15 does not hit.
Bitch.
All right, this one right here that was holding his action, or her action. It's hard to tell. He'll let that warhammer drop. But it's only a 13.
Yay, it misses.
All right. All right. Oceanus' turn. He is going to swim in front of Jeddah. We do flanking in this one. Sorry, it's been a while. No, we don't do flanking. All right. He's gonna. Yeah, that's right. We don't. He's gonna swim up and he will attack this one right here. And he will say back in Aquan to Jenna, "It's not safe for you here. I'll hold them off. You escape." And he's going to attack. with his trident. He gets one whole attack. There we go. That is a 12, which actually does hit a normal Sahaugen, but does not hit this big beefy boy right here. And that is his turn. Pietro, you're up.
Well, he's dead again, so.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you stabilize again. All right. That brings us to. Let's see. That would be Sahaugen number 9. What is Sahaugen number 9 up to? Oh, he's right here. He's bloodied.
If it helps, Alvis is very clearly still in a surrender pose. He's very shocked.
Yeah, the Baron apologizes for what's about to happen. But yeah, as the Sahaugen swims up to you, the Baron just says in the melodious Aquan language, "I mean no offense, spellcaster, but your allies seem confused about our arrangement. It would be safest for you to be unconscious." So as it swims up to you, it is going to try and bite you.
Regardless of the roll, I'm going to cast Shield. Alvis still has a sense of wanting to not be knocked unconscious.
Here's the bite. Let's see if it hits. It's an 18 for 3.
An 18, with even with Shield, is still going to
All right,
hit.
and then he's going to try to bonk you over the head with the spear for 6. I don't know if that drops you or not.
That actually does.
All right. Well, it was non-lethal, so you do not need to make saving throws against death.
Beauty.
All right.
We're going to take a spell slot
Then
down.
it will take the rest of its movement and swim up to swim up to here. All right, Afra.
Okay, I'm going to bonus action hex
Okay.
this guy. And
The one next to you.
yeah, the one next to me.
Okay.
And then I'm going to hit him with my longbow.
What stat do you want to hex?
Strength.
Strength. Okay.
Let's see. No, longsword. There we go. Okay. Two-handed. God, 11.
11 does not get through his dense musculature.
Okay. That's all I got.
All right. Let's see. All right. This guy is calling out, the Baron is calling out commands in the Sahaugen language. Let's see. Sahaugen number 6 hears those commands. And let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, all right. It'll swim up to Garuda, and it is going to attack with Bite and Claws. Garuda, are you missing any health?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. This is with advantage. The Bite, and with the Spear. Ooh, critical hit from the Spear. 7 points of damage. Let's see what happens. Roll a D100 for me.
Oh, fuck me.
Holy shit. If it had been a 5 or less, you would have lost an eye.
Oh.
Yeah.
Glad it's not that then.
All right. But yeah, he stabs at your face, and you feel the spear kind of scrape along your cheekbone, right underneath the eye, and kind of tug at the socket a bit. You take 7 points of damage, almost lose an eye. All right. It lets out a blurgle of aggression at you. Let's see, swimming underneath and over. Let's see, we got to close with these jabrones. Yeah, all right. This one will swim right up to here, and it sees the sea elf. It wants to fight the sea elf. It really does, because God, they hate sea elves so much. but it does know that you are a healer, Afra, and healers must be killed. So here we go. You missing any health?
I am.
All right, here's the bite. Here is the spear. A 22 for 5 and a 19 for 7.
Both of those will hit.
All right. And finally, Sahaugen number 3. Where are you at, baby? You're way back there. Okay. So Sahaugen number 3 is going to swim up. It is going to use a grapple on this Wizrobe. And he fails his opposed roll automatically. And then he is going to start swimming away with him. All right. You've been recruited into the Sahaugen army, Elvis. The Baron is going to shout out orders to the rest, and he is going to grab a hold of Pietro, and he is going to swim away.
That's not good.
All right, and that will be his turn. Let's see. Alvis is out. Garuda, you're up.
I'm just gonna like shuffle around this dude. Try to get right here. See. Yeah, I don't see him, dude. That sucks. I'm just gonna take out or shoot these two right here, or this guy right here.
Okay.
Uh,
And you have the training or the feat or whatever that allows you to fire with no disadvantage when you're in melee, or no?
is that a feat?
Crossbow
yeah.
expert.
Crossbow expert, yeah. So you would
Ah.
be at disadvantage to these attacks then, since you are technically in melee range. Yeah.
Fuck it, I guess. Yellow.
Yeah, that does not hit.
And the second one's not gonna be a normal one.
Okay. Oof. Oh.
Yeah.
As you go to take the second shot, the creature interposes itself between you and the target. As it does, your shot is root. Yeah, he. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. So this doesn't apply underwater, but he basically knocks the bow with his body, and then you end up just shooting like straight up. Does not hit anybody.
There, and I'm gonna action share, or not action share, the second one, and
Okay.
get my health back.
Smart.
Dope.
All right. From around the corner, kind of you hear the voice of this dude kind of booming through the chamber. I have your friends, and they're alive. And they can stay that way. I just need some assistance with something I've been working on. To know that you're okay with this, take the ugly female and bind her as a sign of good faith.
I'm scared to ask which one of us is the ugly one.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, I don't think we would even like be able to decide.
Yeah, like look at him, like who's ugly.
The fact that
expert at
he
creating
realized
I
discord
think
that there were
both of
boys
us
and
would be
girls
like,
there.
well, he doesn't mean me.
Sexual dimorphism is just disgusting. So, like, why would your women look different than your men? That's unnatural. All right, so this sweet boy right here is going to keep trying to politely knock out the healer. So that's his goal. Here we go. A little bite, a little love nip to start. 15 for 5.
My AC is 15, so
All
that
right, fair
doesn't
enough.
hit. Okay.
No, if it matches,
does.
it hits. Yep.
Okay.
So,
All right. I always
And
forget
then
that.
he will start hitting you over the head with a hammer. 22 for 9.
Yep.
And a 15 for 6.
I still have 1 HP, guys.
Incredible.
Pretend to go down.
Jenna, you're up.
I'm gonna cast suggestion
Okay.
on this one,
Okay.
and it's gonna basically just be treat us as your closest allies. Get us out of here.
Let's see. All right. What language do you say this in?
Aquan.
Okay. All right. So I guess I'll make a save. Let's see.
It's a DC 15.
Wisdom.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. All right. It fails, but it does not speak Aquan. So it has no idea what you want it to do, which means it does not fit the requirements of understanding you. So it just sort of stares blankly at you, regret all over its face.
I think that's the mirror of Jenna seeing herself in its eyes. Regret.
All right. Anything else from Jenna?
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna swim.
Tongues is a
Is it right
spell,
there?
just so you know.
Yeah, but I'm level 5, so dropping.
I know it's a tough choice. It's a tough choice, but all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna just swim back.
All right, Oceanus. He sees that you're going to escape, and that makes it all worth it. So he's going to keep fighting. He'll lay down his life to destroy these evil creatures. But there's an awful lot of them. All right, he's going to switch from his janky crossbow to his tridents, and he's going to try to stab the bloodied one south of him. There we go. That is a hit for 6 points of damage. All right, Petro is out. That brings us to Sahaugen number 9. All right, Garuda is just going to lay into you. Here we go.
Motherfucker!
Another critical hit. Yeah, they don't have a lot of KFCs in the deep ocean, so I guess he did not want to miss his chance there. Let's see what happens. Oh wait, that's a.
You're just so damn tasty, Garuda.
Everything is out to get a taste of Groot.
Okay. Oh, he bites you so hard that you drop whatever you are holding, which I guess would be your bow, which just sort of floats down to the bottom of the chamber. So it's about, you said you were at the top of the chamber? So
Yep.
It's now at the bottom of the chamber. With his second attack, let's see. Sahagin number 6, 9. Oh, I went out of order here. I'm so sorry. We'll finish up your attack in a second. So Haugen number 9 needs to go. He will. You know what? Yeah, he'll move to here, and this will be the one that's attacking you. That'll make a little bit more sense. Okay, so he swims up and bites you. You drop your weapon, then he is going to attack with his spear. There we go. 22 for 2.
Yeah.
All right, that brings us to Afra's turn.
I give up. Hands up.
All right, hands up. Gotcha.
Yeah. I can't swim away. I definitely don't have swim speed. I'm done.
All right. Since you have no weapon, this one is going to swim away from you, Garuda. Do you want to try and grab him, or do you just let him go?
I don't have a. Yeah, you can go swim away.
Okay.
No. Can I just hit him? Can I like try to punch him underwater?
Yeah, you can try to punch him.
Fuck
Yeah,
it. What is that? Like a D4?
It is what it will do 1 point of damage.
That works.
Okay, so just hit strength, and it'll just be a strength attack. Okay, it is at disadvantage because you don't have a swim speed, so you sort of flail at him as he swims away from you, swims up to Jenna, and is going to attack her. There we go. So bite, 17 for 5, and then a spear, which is a miss. All right. Sauga number 5. Let's see. Sauga number 5 is going to take its spear and it's going to attack Afra with it to knock her out.
Seriously?
So 20 for 4.
Yeah,
There's a
that
sound.
knocks me
Yeah,
out.
2 coconuts being clacked together, and you are out. And then it is going to let's see. Stay where it is and try to bite the sea elf. Sea elf is missing some health. Oh man, he is bit critically. Let's see. Quadruple damage. And Oceanus has disadvantage on his attacks until the end of the encounter. All right. So it basically just sinks those jaws right into his throat. That deals an extra 2d4 points of damage. So 5. He's still going. He's got a lot of HP. But he is now bloodied. All right. Sauga number 3 over here with Alvis. He will continue to swim away with Alvis. No, you know what? He gets. He will swim down and around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then it will. I think take a dodge action because Jenna has proven to be the most dangerous of everyone assembled. All right, the Baron's turn. With the Baron's forearms and his great strength, he is going to grab a hold of your 2 boys, and he's going to start swimming away with them. All right, Garuda, what's the plan?
I'm gonna swim down to get my bow. I'll take the opportunity to attack.
All right. As you go to swim down, he will try to stab at you. Here we go. It's a critical hit.
Kidding.
Are you kidding me? I've had 3 crits hit. Holy fuck!
44 points of damage.
Yeah.
But you still have your eye and your face, sir.
Lucky.
For now.
I'm gonna have a cool
Let's
scar,
not
I
count
guess.
chickens, no pun intended.
This one isn't too bad. It's just maximum damage, which he had already basically rolled. So just another 2 points of damage on top of that. This was in your ear hole, it says. Pierced ear.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Where's that ears?
Yeah, you have ear holes, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like in your skull? Yeah. So yeah, your beautiful bird skull is getting all scraped up from these attacks. They keep going for the head. Garuda, you swim down, you grab your bow.
Yep.
Now what?
I'm gonna attack this one again.
Hey, Garuda, you do have a swim speed, right?
I do not. No.
Then you move at half speed. So if it's 30 feet down,
I can't even get it.
yeah, you start swimming towards it, and you could dash to get it, but that would be it.
Yeah, might as well action and dash then, and
All right.
at least I have it now.
Yes. You have it.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Yeah, underwater, it's different.
Underwater combat.
All right, seeing that you are down there with that, but that this dude right here does have his trident out, they will try to finish off the sea elf who continues to be a problem. So here we go. Bite. And 2 hammers. Okay. I believe.
Now, isn't bludgeoning damage different underwater?
If you have a natural swim speed, you can use any weapons you want underwater without any
Okay.
penalties. Yeah.
Fair enough.
It's part of the no science in 5th edition rules. Yeah. All right. So let's see. But yeah, it's crazy to think like how hard they would hit like on land if they're hitting that hard underwater with hammers. If you brought science into the equation. I think the 12 still misses. No, actually, Oceanus has an armor class of 11. So
We gave him armor.
hold on, that's right. You got him stud leather. He's an armor class of 13, so it does miss. All right, so he's hit for 8 and 6, which is enough to drop him. All right, with him being dropped, this one will use its speed to swim under and around the Wizrobe. All right, Jenna, your turn.
Jenna nods to the vicious Sahaugen around her, and she pulls out a rope, and she starts tying herself up. Because she's
All right.
obviously the pretty one.
It is a small consolation, to be sure. All right. It seems that KFC is the only one who's going to put up a fight. So these guys are going to swim down and start just swarming you. Here we go. Here's a bite against Garuda and a spear. 16 for 3, 12 for 2.
The 12 doesn't hit, this 3 does.
All right. This Sahaugen will use an action to help tie you up. This Sahaugen will swim down to Garuda. Here we go.
Thank the gods I'm unconscious and
20
can't
for
see.
3 and a 22 for 4.
Yep,
Can't
both
see a
hits.
bird being beat to death by fish.
Yeah, dude.
This one will also swim up and assist with the tying. They are familiar with spellcasters. He moves to blindfold you. Are you okay with that? Basically, he's going to take some of the rope and start kind of wrapping your head with it, which is very problematic, but that is what he's doing.
All
right. Depositing these two, the Baron is going to continue to take a dodge action and start swimming back to check on his troops. Garuda, it's up to you.
Alright, got my bow back. I'm gonna
Alright.
take the opportunity to attack just so I get a better shot. So I'm gonna move over here.
Okay, you start swimming away. All right, both of them will attack. Here we go. 13 for 4, and another critical hit. Take 5 points of damage. Let's see if there's an effect. Maximum damage. And let's see. So that would be an extra. Oh, geez. Yeah, it rolled real bad damage. So that's actually an extra 12 damage.
Yep, and that's it. Garuda's down.
All right. Jenna, assuming you comply, there is time that passes. The others are unconscious, so I will describe to you what transpires. As you are bound up, blindfolded, the whole deal. In the smooth Aquan accent, the Baron says to you, do not feel bad for fighting. If anything, I have more respect for you than I did before. We've been in a bit of a predicament, but imagine my surprise as I tried to figure out a way to escape past that hideous crocodile. And what is delivered into my lap but fresh adventurers? You see, our last adventuring party didn't fare so well down here, and I I needed to leave to find more. But not only have you delivered more to me, but you have delivered fresh blood. I am most appreciative. As you are kind of swimming through these tunnels, they go for about 100 feet. There's a turn, they go for about 50 feet. There's a turn, there's a sploosh as you are brought up onto land. There's a lot of blurga, 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 blurgers. There is a sploosh as you go into some water. You travel about 50 or so feet, and there's another sploosh as you go back on the land. You travel on land for about 50 feet. There's another sploosh as you go into water. There is a terrible smell in the air of rot and decay, and a sinister whispering as if 100 different voices are whispering out nonsense in the distance. There's another sploosh, and you're back on land. There you go for about 100 feet, and you hear the crackling of a fire. And you hear more Sahaugen, and you hear a human man say, "Oh, what is the meaning of this?" And that is where you are now. So let me move you to that part of the dungeon, I guess. All right. I got a hero stack you. That'd probably be the best way to do it. All right. Interesting turn of events.
We just got butt fucked, guys. First party lost.
No, you just got a new job. That's all. Like, don't be racist. Just because they're shark people doesn't mean you can't work for them. They love adventurers. All right.
Especially in barbecue sauce.
Yes, for sure. All right. So there we go. So for reasons that I think you guys can kind of understand, the spellcasters, which they think are Jenna, Alvis, and Afra, they have the whole like sack over the head with the blindfold tied over the sack kind of deal. Hands are bound, the whole deal. Time passes, and as it passes, Jenna, you hear Sahaugen, a lot of discussion, a lot of maybe a little bit of arguing, and ultimately, in the end, like an hour passes. And those of you who are out cold, you can spend hit dice if you'd like to recover as if you had a short rest. Actually, Jenny, you could as well, because if you allow the hour to pass, you gain the benefits of a short rest.
I mean, there's nothing I can do.
All right.
So does that mean I will be conscious again?
Yes.
With 1 HP, or can I spend hit dice?
You can spend hit dice. Yep.
I only have 2 left.
Wait, did I spend hit dice last session?
No, I don't. No, I don't think so.
Well, no. On my sheet it says I should have a total of 5, but it shows 3.
Yeah, me too. I think we may have used hit dice on a short rest at one point.
Or you had used a bunch of hit dice, and when you did a long rest, you only recover half of your total hit dice.
That's true.
Yeah, on a short rest.
But I didn't use any hit dice when we were fighting the
Bullywugs?
Bullywugs, yeah.
Okay.
That's why I was asking Afra if she used last session.
I don't recall. but you guys may have taken a short rest. I thought you long rested after the bullywugs, though.
We
So-
did.
Okay, then you should probably have all of them. All right. So, here you are. Here you are.
I'm sorry. What
Mhm.
what I roll for hit dice?
Just
If
click
you-
the hit dice.
Just click it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Since can I also benefit from arcane recovery?
Yeah. As long as it doesn't require you to do anything. Oh, you have to study your spell book. So no, you would not have been able to do arcane recovery. All right. As you guys rest, the priestess is.
Actually,
What's up?
if would 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 they stop me if I tried to do a little pep talk for everybody about how it's always darkest before the dawn? And...
That is such a beautiful scene that I think you should do it anyways. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Now everyone has 8 temp HP too.
Do we all start
Okay.
saying like in Dragon Age Inquisition?
Oh man.
Kumbaya, my lord.
How much
Cool.
temp HP?
Just click hit dice. Does it do all hit dice or?
No, just it
It-
spins one of them.
It rolls
Okay.
one at a time. Yeah.
Okay.
And sorry, how much HP, Afra?
8.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. I can definitely appreciate that one.
All right. So, there is the sound of spell casting. Garuda and Pietro. You see this lovely creature has reached out, touched the Baron, and cast a spell upon him.
Oh,
Looking around the
God.
room, you see that you are in a large chamber. Garuda, your heart feels pretty good because it's a big chamber. It's not so claustrophobic. It has a 30-foot high ceiling, which is nice.
All right, not in the
Um,
water.
Yeah, you're not in the water. And there are lots of those brown mushrooms growing around for anybody that is into that. There you go. All right. You see that Oceanus is still unconscious, but is breathing, and he's over to the side there. You do see there is this old man. The old man looks like very, very like POW, like he's been beaten many times. Got dried blood in his beard, that kind of thing. He's definitely looking rough. You do see near the campfire there are lots of bones, lots of humanoid bones as well. So, sort of looking around the room, yeah, there's a lot to take in. Your allies who were spellcasty are sort of trussed up, with little sacks over their heads so they can't see. The rest of you are sort of kept apart from the spellcasters over here. You do hear Afra kind of calling out to you, and all that jazz. In the intervening time, the Sahaugans have also used hit dice and taken a short rest, so they're feeling fighting fresh again, in case you were concerned about their safety and status. And yeah, seeing that you guys are awake, hold on just a sec. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. Seeing that you're awake, the Baron, under the influence of a tongue spell, sort of addresses the 5 of you, sort of discounting Oceanus completely at this point. And he says, it's curious to me why you would be here, of all places. Why don't we start by filling me in on that?
Jenna, she's just gonna under the hood be like, we came to cleanse the giant crocodile of his madness.
Oh, so you are working for the lizard folk.
Well, I mean,
I mean-
tentatively. I mean, arrangements could be made.
We are working for who pays us.
Oh, so then you are mercenaries.
Something of the sort.
You hear a question being asked in Sahaugen, and he turns to the priestess. And, he says to her, and you can understand everything he says because the tongue spells, but he says to her in Sahaugen, they are mercenaries, similar to the ones that were faced dealing with the lizard folk. They were sent here to cleanse the crocodile. And then you hear sort of a kind of sound of displeasure at that, and he chuckles and he says, "Well, there's no reason for us to leave if we have fresh volunteers." And then there's sort of a thoughtful sound of kind of, and he turns back to you guys and says, "Here's the deal. You're dangerous. You're obviously dangerous enough that we'd be better off killing you. But I think that you're not the do-goody, die-for-a-friend type of adventurer that I have grown to know in my many years. So I think that if the price is right, you might actually be of some use to us."
If the price is right.
This old man over here, he calls out, "Don't listen to them. They ate my adventuring party when we started to run out of food." And there is a sound of wet meat as the priestess just kind of backhands the old man.
I will look over to him and I'll say, well, your adventuring party may not have been quite as talented as this party is, and I'm sure our new partnership will be productive for both of us.
Okay. So the old man just kind of I don't know. I think he just kind of breaks down a little bit when he hears that. Just some slight sobs into his beard. He's been through a lot.
I've hit harder.
So the Baron kind of addresses you guys and says, "We're here on an archaeological expedition."
Oh, really?
Yes.
I happen to be particularly talented in that area.
How fortuitous that your path and my path have intersected in such a way. You see, there's a great celebration approaching, and I wish to be well equipped for it. So I have followed lore and stories to here, to these cursed caverns. There is a temple right beneath us, sealed away. And inside that temple is something that I very much wish to have.
Well,
The problem is, the guardians in these caverns have proven to be quite formidable. The other adventurers I press ganged into service were not up to the challenge, nor did I bring enough troops, apparently, to handle the rigorous defenses that keep being laid before us. But you seem, well, you seem expendable, but also strong enough to maybe succeed where we could not. You see, there's a shark we need to get past, among other things. And normally, sharks do whatever we tell them to. This shark is different. Some of my troops even think the shark a servant of our god and refuse to continue fighting against it. Even this lovely priestess here has been unable to inspire them to raise claw or tooth against it. So, perhaps you could dispatch of this shark, or at least get past it and explore the other side of the river for us. You see, we're seeking keys that will unlock the seal around the temple.
Well, that seems simple enough.
Yes.
I don't believe you will be disappointed.
We
So
are
long
an
as we
orderly
are-
people. If you are willing to assist us, when we crack open the temple, I will pay you handsomely shares of the treasure that is sealed within, and you are entitled to shares that you find within these caverns. I only ask that the keys and anything relevant to the Sahaugan history be left for me.
Very well. I don't have a problem with that. I do need some numbers, though.
Numbers.
Yes, I need
Ye-
an expected amount.
There is no expected amount. If you would like numbers, I can guarantee the lives of 5 adventurers. That's a number. And
No.
I can
How about you
guarantee that
make it 6 and give us back our sea elf friend Oceanus? Are you here?
he is quite sedated. We need his blood to open the keys, you see.
Well, I will mention to them that perhaps if you let him go free, we could uh, keep him more easily available, shall we say?
We'll keep him here, safe, along with this elder uh, who claims that people in Saltmarsh will be looking for him.
How? Except that my thought is that perhaps the elf could be persuaded more easily to assist if he believes that we escaped from you, perhaps,
Hmm.
and we are trying to defeat you.
I think you need to understand that this elf is complying in every way that we need to by having blood inside his body. We need nothing else from him except eventually for that blood to be outside of his body. Now, the task at hand. Are you rested? Because time is important.
No, I would not say that we are. I your warriors were quite formidable,
Hmm.
and they did a good amount of damage. So if you want us to have a hope of succeeding, I believe we need to spend the night at least.
He translates everything you said word for word to the priestess, and the priestess makes sort of a annoyed murgling sound, and then murgles back to him quite a bit, and then he says, "It's true. It's true. I suppose in the end they could just be gladiators. That would be that would be a spectacle to see. I've been informed that via magical sending, additional Sahaugen are on their way. So,
Can I
um,
incite that?
Yeah, sure.
Too.
I mean, it could be the magic of the tongue spell, but dude seems pretty confident that additional Sahaugen have been called for. Intelligence-wise, you do know that sending is a spell that clerics can cast.
Okay.
All right. So the Baron says, well, if you'd like to wait, then you can wait. We'll view this as an investment. I wouldn't want our new friends to to die so soon. After all, but fair warning: if our allies arrive with a better solution, your value will decline rapidly. And
I do not think that your new allies would benefit from the degree of training that I have received. I think you will find us useful regardless.
Not to mention that what is to stop these new troops from falling prey to the same concerns as your current ones? They don't want to attack the shark. They don't want to, throw themselves away needlessly. I think we might be your only hope.
you can definitely hear a low growling snarl in his voice as he kind of listens to this, and he says, like I said before, we'll view this as an investment in you. So please, feel free to rest. We even have a, and he's kind of like struggling to find the word, campfire that you may warm yourselves by.
Alvis at this point like finally chimes in. He's just like, "Sounds good to me," and he like strides over, kind of shoulder bumps the old
Strides
man.
over. You got a hood on your head. You're tied up. What the hell is this?
We're tied up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you have
I-
a potato sack on your head. I
Does
think
the
this
Haugen
was some.
eat
You guys are.
potatoes?
Yeah, you guys aren't having brunch. This isn't the
I
fucking Holiday Inn.
I clearly missed the beginning of this introduction of setting the scene when I was
You
away.
really did.
Uh,
Okay.
so Alvis will just lie down in place and just
Oh.
try and get some sleep.
Okay. Just lie down on the floor right there. Cool. Okay. They drag you guys over by the fire.
Afra would like to make a persuasion check that we are 100% on their side at this point, and we are certainly not going to try to escape
Okay.
because their goals jive with ours currently.
All right. Yeah, you've been working this pretty well. Pretty well. Go ahead and give me one more persuasion check. Let's see.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
mostly just want to not be tied up so that we can get a comfortable rest.
They agree for now. Uh, yeah. All right. So they start untying everyone. Do you immediately start fighting? Should I get the initiative tracker ready, or what's the?
No, I would
No.
just like get my bedroll out and lay down.
All right.
Our own land. We can take them now. That's all I'm saying. Our own land now. We got to fight a
We're
chance.
all we're all wounded. They still have advantage on all of us. Wait until after the.
Yeah.
All right. So, time passes.
Before we go to bed,
Yeah.
would Pietro be able to go over to the old man and ask him some questions,
I
or
think
or is there like no talking?
Yeah, I think after a time they would let the old man talk to you.
Okay, so
Uh,
sort of bed
yeah.
down, and then after a time, I'll get up and go up to him and.
Okay.
You mentioned that People in Saltmarsh will be looking for you. Who are you?
My name is Olms Oakham. My niece Olivia, she is back in Saltmarsh. I've been gone for a while, I think. I hired a group of adventurers to help me investigate the ruins in the Lizard Marsh, and imagine my surprise when when we were ambushed by Sahaugen this far inland. They took us prisoner, much as they have taken you prisoner, and they forced my companions to fend off the attacks of that great crocodile, so that they could enter these caverns. Uh, then, one by one, my companions, the kind and brave adventurers that I hired, were killed off by the various dangers of this place, and then eaten as food by the Sahaugen. I am all that's left. Hey,
Jenna kind of scoots and
yeah.
because she wants to be in on this.
Well, it is true what you say, old man. You are missed. There were flyers posted in Saltmarsh. Uh, but I,
Flyers. Did they have my picture on them? Or was it my good side?
I do not know. I do not have one, but I had read mention of your missing, but I do not think anyone is necessarily coming to look for you.
Oh no.
But we will do our best to take you with us for the right price.
You must be careful. And he kind of raises a hand, and you can see that two of his fingers are missing on his left hand. They
Does it look like
they
they were
bitten off.
eaten off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't like being sassed, and they like you to listen when they tell you what to do. That's for damn sure. There's something wrong with these caverns. Something wrong with these ruins. I'm starting to think that whatever's in that temple is a weapon.
Tell me more.
I'm not 100% sure. I don't speak their language. The armored one with the four arms, he speaks a number of languages. The priestess, I believe, speaks abyssal, but for the most part, they seem to be only able to communicate in their strange and unique language. But the priestess is able to allow herself or others to speak any language through some sort of magic.
Do you have any talents? Are you
Oh,
capable of fighting?
yes. I'm what you would call an expert. Hmm.
An expert in what?
Oh, I know things, and I have skills. I've been told I'm pretty smart. I never had the money as a boy to attend any sort of formal arcane training, so I'm no wizrobe, despite the beard. I'm I'm well, I'm an archaeologist. I travel the Sword Coast looking for Eldritch ruins. These are ruins that have, in some way, something to do with a place known as the Far Realm. Do you ken the Far Realm?
I know not of this far realm, but the second in command, Afra, she is an archaeologist. She
Mm.
might be familiar with these.
Oh, hello, fellow ruin hopper. If only we could have met under better circumstances.
Afra will um, give him a bit of a glare. She's not especially collegiate. She doesn't want him poaching her discoveries.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah. So, well, the Far Realm, you see, it's a place. It's a universe beyond sanity. A place at the edge of all things. just past the barrier of the sane real world and the worlds of madness. It's very intriguing stuff, um, but some people think it's a little spooky, I guess. Um, it has a tendency to drive people crazy. I'll admit, but I've always been fascinated by it. And when I found out in my own backyard that there was Eldritch ruins, well, I had to find out for myself. But I think I got more than I bargained for here. The Baron, he's obsessed with opening this temple and finding the treasure that lies within. And the means by which to open it are horrific. There was a lovely sea elf maiden. They bled her over and over again to try to figure out how to activate these keys. And once they figured it out, well, she eventually died from blood loss. But there's still keys that have not been activated, and I think there's still a key that they have not found yet. That's why they're trying to cross the river, you see.
River? Is this a river down below, or that is a river up above on the island?
We're in the Underdark now, son. There's oceans and lakes and rivers, just like the surface world.
Ah,
Yeah.
I see.
Over there, and he kind of motions towards the entrance to this cavern. There's the banks of the river would be on your left. It's not very big. It's not very fast, but it is dangerous. There's a creature, a shark, some sort of undead abomination. Anything it kills, it animates as an undead at its service. So the river is full of the floating dead. Members of my adventuring party and the Sahaugan's troops as well.
That sounds fun.
Where's the cleric? Or do you need one?
The Sahaugan were unprepared for the shark, you see, because apparently their race has full control over any shark. And so they boldly walked up to it, commanding it to obey. The creature pretended to, and then attacked. It decimated their numbers and really put the fear of their god, I think its name is Sekola, into them. Now they fear it, and they feel that it is sent by their god as a guardian, and that the temple should not be opened. This has been a problem for the Baron, you see, because he wants to maintain order, but he can't just really kill everyone. And the priestess, she wavers between wanting to assist with this temple, but also fearing the shock creature as well.
How many keys do they have at this point?
There's one by the entrance, I assume. You didn't come through the Underdark. You came through 1002 Island, yes?
Yes.
That's what the natives call that big crocodile. Yes, so there would have been a passage to your left. In there is one of the keys, already lit up and ready. I'm not sure where they picked you up. I know that the Baron had intended to go and deal with Thousand Tooth himself. He took some of his strongest troops in an effort to hopefully kill or drive off the creature so that his reinforcements could arrive and come down here. I think he's under the impression, though, that you have slain the beast. Is that the case?
And sort of a conspiratorial whisper, lean in and say, "We drove it off, but we do not know if he's dead."
That could be very good for us, then. It could delay his reinforcements, then, if they arrive and 1,000 Teeth is waiting.
And there are 2 keys that need to be unlocked, or just I know we are looking for one, and there's the one that was found.
Well, my understanding is that there are 4 keys. We have only managed to activate 2 of them. One is missing and not activated, and one is on its pedestal, but also not activated. There are these ferocious mer creatures that are corrupted by eldritch energies. They are called marrow, but these they seem unnatural, almost like elemental beasts rather than whatever monstrous beings they were before. How else could they live down here without any food or sustenance? My advice for you is when you agree to do this thing for them, this deal with the shark, is just run away. I am an old man, and you can leave me here, but you might need, in your heart of hearts, to accept that this is just too much and go. Just go.
Afra's gonna roll her eyes and go back to sleep. This guy clearly is not a real archaeologist. No. This is ridiculous.
Clearly, your sense of self-preservation is not as strong as the rest of us.
Well, I'm carrying a lot of survivor's guilt. I hired those adventurers and essentially led them to their death. One by one, I watched them cut down, eaten, turn to undead. One of them got absorbed into a big blob of eyeballs and mouths.
It serves their purpose.
Big blob of eyeballs and mouths.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
was this?
If you hear a peculiar whispering, as many voices saying nonsense all at once, be careful. There are creatures about. Gibbering mouthers, they're called. They can spit light from the mouth and attack with hundreds of tiny mouths. And if you are felled by one in battle, they absorb you into their essence forever.
Good to know. Old man, down here, we encountered a passage that Alpha and myself, we were. It is if something was invading our mind, causing excruciating pain.
Oh, yeah, those are slimes. They too have picked up new tricks from their proximity to this temple or the artifacts within it. They like to hide in those silvery pools of liquid.
Ah,
They don't need to come out to attack you. They sense you with their blind sight and then assail your mind.
is there a
I watched
easy
a
way
real
to kill
sweet
them?
dwarven rogue have his brain liquefied by one of them. Poor bastard.
How do you kill them?
Oh, once you find them, it's a simple matter of, kill them in the normal way, I suppose.
So sticking with the point here.
But there was one hallway in particular that seemed to have so many that we just went around.
I see.
What do you know of the mushrooms in these caves? And we saw some larger green ones.
No, the green ones are called acid splashes. When they're agitated, they spray their spores everywhere, and it's very acidic. This, of course, causes a chain reaction all the way down the line, so it can be quite deadly. The brown ones, they're called bloat patties. They're pretty disgusting, and they also build up a lot of methane, so they can be explosive if they're exposed to too much heat or fire. But once harvested and sort of dried out a bit, they are pretty tasty. Well, I think they're starting to be tasty. It's all I've been eating for the last few days.
How explosive?
Eh, I would say less than, say, alchemist fire.
Is it a big blast or just like within the radius?
Oh no, it's just small, but bright and loud. They certainly don't create enough methane gas to be a huge threat. But they do
Rats.
make a farting sound when you harvest them, and that's pretty funny. A real wet one.
Funny you find room for humor in these times.
Well,
I think they call it gallows humor.
I mean, I don't see why not. It is what it is, young lady. Now, it's good to talk to people again, and you seem tired, so I will let you sleep.
One more thing before we rest. Is there anything else that you would feel we should know that perhaps we have not asked about?
Uh, well, I couldn't help but hear that you were here to cleanse the corruption for the lizard folk. Is that
That
right?
was our hope.
Well, I'm here to tell you that, in my best estimate, the only way to do that would be to remove whatever's in that temple and either destroy it or take it away from this area.
Hmm. And have you heard mention from the Baron any word of she who hungers in the deep?
Ah, yes. Yeah, they mention her often. That's apparently who they're trying to impress with whatever this thing is in the temple.
Hmm. I see. Well, I thank you for your candor and your time.
Mhm. Do not worry. I will stay awake while you sleep and make sure that none of you are eaten by a hungry Sahuagin.
Greatly appreciated. And can I insight the old man? I mean, he seems to be.
Sure.
He has nothing else to lose, but
Yeah, yeah.
I'd rather not wake up missing a hand.
Okay. I mean, if anything, it seems like the guy is a little touched in the head. Maybe as a result of his career choice, but maybe just as a result of fear, shock, PTSD, survivor guilt. I mean, dude's got a laundry list now of problems.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, he does. He seems like he's on the up and up. But he's sharing.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to turn in with this knowledge, and as soon as I get a chance, I'll disseminate it
Mm-hmm.
amongst the group.
All right. So,
Get my rest on.
unless anybody wants to try something, 6 hours later, you would gain the benefits of a long rest.
Nope.
Definitely not rocking.
Yep.
Now we lose the temporary hit points, right?
Right.
Well,
after
we
the long
do,
rest,
but
yeah.
I would give them back.
Okay, I'll just leave it there then.
All right. As you wake, it's time has passed? Question mark. You don't see any more Sahaugen than there were before, which is good. But the ones that are there, some of them slept while you guys slept. Some of them were on guard while you guys were, sleeping in case you tried anything. As you start to rouse, the Baron walks up, keeping a bit of a safe distance here, and he hands to this little guy right here, Jenna's spellbook and then instructs him to bring it back to Jenna. So Jenna, he does hand you back your spell book,
Oh, thank you.
spell books, depending on what the
Yeah,
original was. there.
there's 3 books I'm carrying
Yeah.
right now.
Does Alvis get his back?
Yeah. Sorry, he would return. Yeah, he would return spells and components and whatnot to you guys so that you could actually do your job.
Are our hands free at the moment?
They
Yeah,
start
they
on-
unbound us.
Yeah, they unbound you so you could sleep. Yeah.
I'm gonna tie the handkerchief that Lady Primewater gave me
Mm-hmm.
around my head like a bandana that actually covers the hole in my eye.
Okay.
Because yeah.
All right. So the priestess goes up and touches the Baron again, casting a spell on him, and then backs up. And then the Baron says, I trust you got enough sleep. Now, the task is at hand. Either defeat the shark or bring us the key from the other side of the river. Once that has been complete, I will pay you in currency and trinkets for that particular task. And then you can leave, or you can double down, as they say, for what lies below. Am I not generous?
It's
Oh,
me.
you are most certainly generous.
Crash,
You
nothing is
could
happening.
have,
Mhm.
I'm
you
just
could
looking.
have not paid us.
Nothing is happening. I'm just curious.
What the fuck?
There's a discussion happening in strategy.
Oh, because
curious.
you guys are all psychically linked. Cool. That's not meta or anything. Gotcha. Okay.
Y'all a bunch of RP cheaters over here.
For real. It's okay. Remy's cheated his way all the way through Scales of
listen.
War. So
Listen, all right. I just didn't want to do something, and everyone not want me to do it. Okay, I didn't want to be that guy.
so should I wait? You need like 10 or 15 minutes to move your fireball template around, or can we keep playing Dungeons and Dragons? So
This is Dungeons and Dragons.
no.
If only we had
I
his
say
large
that-
spell.
I say that sounds fair. And we will be on our way.
All right. So they're keeping the elf and the old man. But those of you who were, who did not have their weapons and armor, basically they kind of return them to you and motion for you to head this away.
Oh, they're even more clumped now.
Yeah. The river will be on your left, the Baron says. Okay.
Guys,
I just want to remind you, Jenna, we're not playing with exploding dice. Mathematically, there's absolutely no way that you could take out enough to tilt the action economy in your favor. Just letting you know. Like, a fireball is cute and all, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Your fireball is cute.
Yeah.
I'm going to I don't know, sleight of hand remove Jenna's spellbook from her and walk away.
I don't
She
need
doesn't
that.
need it to cast the spell. She just uses it.
I'm gonna purposefully walk away.
Okay.
Like we're going.
So are you stepping on the farting mushrooms?
I am avoiding the farting mushrooms.
All right. So the Baron nods to you, Afra, and he says, from one archaeologist to another, I hope you find something of value on the other side of the river. The key
The fuck?
It will be a 5-foot across green sphere of calcified rock.
Okay.
Hey, Crash, question.
Hmm.
Do I know which one of these fuckers cut my beautiful face?
They all kind of look the same. Not to be racist
Wow.
to the Sahaugen, but I mean, they all kind of look the same. Yeah.
Well, considering the Sahaugen decide, well, not decide, but they appreciate the fact the men and the women look the same, so it's whatever.
Now, this lady over here, she does look a little different, I guess. You know, in that she's absolutely hideous. And these guys do, because they're gym rats, so they're like real, like muscular or whatever. But yeah, they do look very, very similar. Yeah. You'd have to tag them to know for sure.
I would do every one of them then.
All right.
So
So,
imagine Gerudo's is mean mugging. Fuck it all.
they kind of watch you guys go. Do you heading out with them, Elvis, or are you gonna keep sleeping?
What are these dead things?
Okay, so these dead things appear to be Sahaugen zombies? Question mark.
Oh, awesome.
And you do see one sort of bobbing in the water over here, and it is alive. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
sort of floating in the water, watching you guys. You
Okay.
do see, yeah.
Pietro is going to look over to Gruda and say, "And take care of that, or should I?"
We can cantrip it to death.
Yeah.
Where is it at?
Can
Right
we,
Here.
here.
as soon as they get away from the others, Jenna's gonna go to Albus and she's gonna be like, "You need to not be in the front. We'll have a repeat of last time."
Pietro's going to take out his crossbow and shoot the zombie in the head.
Oh yeah, sorry
Okay.
about that. Go for it, dude. It's all you.
All right, hold on.
Alvis is just gonna throw a thumb at Pietro and be like, "Then he needs to stop falling down."
Yeah, that's my response.
All right. Oh, nice. Yeah. So you hit this thing in the head, and it just kind of flops over.
You
Is
just
it dead?
Daryled it.
Yes, I did.
All right. So this
Okay.
river, it flows in this general direction. Here we go. That way.
Do we have like boat? I'm
There's another
assuming
one
not.
there.
Can we? And there's one up here too. I'd prefer not to fight in the water, but it doesn't look like there's really any way that we can.
All right. Go ahead and roll some initiative for me. As you
I was
get
about to
closer,
say.
yeah, as you roll up to the river, they do start to kind of, like towards you.
Really? Guess what I get for rolling a crit.
All right, Afra, kick things off for us.
Okay. I'll Eldritch Blast them.
Okay. Yeah, 23 hits, 17 points of damage. It is bloodied.
Well, no sneak attack, just 7. Sorry.
Oh, right.
I
It
always
is not.
forget to
It is
check
not
it.
bloodied. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, Eldritch Blast with a sneak attack. Oh my god. Give it one more UA, and we'll probably have it. So, all right. Anything else from Afra? I think you get 2 blasts because you're level 5, and cantrips go off your character.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I get another. That's right. I get 2 beams.
Mhm.
Okay. I'll do it again. Oh, and miss. Ooh.
Actually, it's a nope. Yeah, it is a miss. Yeah. So how can zombie have higher AC than human zombie? Okay.
Okay.
All right. Anything else? You're gonna wait at the edge.
I'll bonus action dodge.
Okay.
I can do that with my cunning action. Is that one of the things?
Disengage, hide, or dash.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like
And-
nothing else I really want to do.
And then Alvis, you're up.
Okay. Sorry.
All right. I mean, they're in the water, so firebolt bolt doesn't seem to be the
I
way
mean,
to
they're
go.
poking
Well,
their
they're
heads
not.
out. I
Yeah, they're
think.
not fully submerged. When you're fully submerged, you have half. You have resistance to fire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the fireball earlier was because everybody was completely underwater.
Okay. Which one did Daphne shoot? This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I see the other one poking there, but PHO's there, so I'll firebolt the one that she Eldritch Blast. Oh,
Yeah, that is a hit. 6 damage. It is bloodied.
that was lame damage. And then I'll back up and let the others handle the you know,
Okay.
when they come out of the water.
Jenna, you're up. Looking back, you see that the Sahaugen are watching you to see what you do next.
Well, let me get my template here real quick.
I'm
kidding, I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
I did not mean to razz you. I was just I wanted to make sure that you were not still in marathon mode because like a fireball with exploding
no,
D6
I know,
is
I know.
Okay.
I was.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just firebolt the one everyone else has been hitting.
All right, that would kill it, but we have to see if it would actually kill it. I didn't have to roll on the other one because critical hits and all that good stuff. Let's see if it survives. It needs a 17. It does not. All right.
It should be my turn. I forgot to click my token before. I got a 4.
Oh, okay.
All right, Birdman.
You got a 4?
Yeah.
I got a 3.
Yeah, Pietro hasn't even gone yet, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so after Jenna is this thing, and this thing gets washed away. Like,
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no worries. And then after Jenna would be that one, and then this one right here. Okay. So this one right here is going to swim up, flop onto the shore. I guess it will just attack Pietro. Here we go. It's going to try and bite you and claw you. Wow, 18 and a 21.
Yeah, that hits and hits.
All right.
9 damage.
Jenna,
Now,
you hear a
zombie...
low sort of murgling sound from this guy over here as Pietro's blood is kind of let a little bit there.
Oh no.
All right. Let's see. Oh, Urla. Here you come, Urla. All right. Urla is just going to sort of drift along towards you guys. All right, Pietro, you're up.
All right, so I'm going to switch my crossbow to my rapiers. And let's see. So we're going to stab once. And 11, and then now that I'm level
5, you get a second attack.
Yeah. I'm gonna do my second attack.
Okay. That is also a hit.
Okay.
Ooh. I believe that would kill it. It has to make a Constitution save. 17 or higher? No. You killed another one. Wow.
Sweet.
All right.
Making up for rolling like shit before.
Sometimes zombies can be cumbersome, but you guys are just wiping them out. And also, Garuda, you had a 4, so you should probably go. It looks like one more zombie is slowly swimming her way towards you guys.
Oh, wait. And also, we've got health potions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
those
gave
divvied
everyone
out?
I gave everyone 2 health potions.
Okay. I need to
So put it on your character sheet.
Where's the last zombie at? Do I see it or?
Where? Oh, you don't see the other zombie? Okay.
I did not.
Never mind then.
Fair enough.
No, right. It's way down to the right. Do you not see it there?
You want to take a shot with disadvantage? Pietro guiding you, kind of thing.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do it.
All right.
I'm
It's
gonna.
a human zombie, so it's got an 8 armor class. So I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Strike true.
Yeah, that's gonna hit. She's bloody. You want to shoot again? I think she has to get a nat 20 to survive. Let's see. She does not. All right, you guys have defeated the zombies.
Dun 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 dun.
Jenna, this nosy Nancy, she calls back to the others. Apparently giving them a play-by-play of what you guys are up to.
I'm gonna say, Albus or Garuda, do you want to like fly a little bit, or send Erebeth to fly a little bit, in either direction and see what's what? Like I said, I would rather not.
Go swimming.
Yeah, if we don't have to.
I don't think that's avoidable.
I'm not getting back to that fucking water.
Also, Crash, I'm gonna recast Mage Armor on myself.
Sounds like a plan. Okay.
Should have done that before.
All right. As you do, commentator fills everybody in.
I think the issue is that you guys don't have water breathing anymore.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Now this river, I should clarify. This river, you notice there's no like blue line like near the shore there. There is actually there's air above it.
there's a surface.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's just like I'm gonna be helpless as soon as I get into it.
Yeah, there's like a very low 10-foot ceiling above the river.
Hmm.
You good luck.
And that's our job, is to go into the river. Alvis was sleeping. He wasn't listening.
It's to go across the river.
Oh. Okay.
But we're gonna have to go in the river for a bit in order to cross it, because it's.
Alvis starts swimming to see what.
Hey, question: is light a cantrip, right?
Yeah.
You can do it as many times as you want to.
Yeah.
It can only sustain on a single person. Though if she casts it a second time, the first one winks out.
Oops, sorry about that.
Okay.
That's okay.
That was
This
weird.
is like a descending, like this is like a falls here, Crash.
Yeah, it just represents the motion of the river, not so much that it's like rapids or anything like that. Now that you're in the river, you do realize that it is kind of deep. If it were like a half pipe situation, like that maybe, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right. The water line would be like there. So it's about 20 or 25 feet to the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that way it has a bit to go this way.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you can't see the drawing I made.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
I got the impression.
Yeah.
Okay, there is solid land on the other side. On this side, though, Alvis will call back to everybody. So if you want, we could swim across, and we can end up. There's like a passage here that I can see, and I can after if you want to grab on. I got to swim speed.
Alvis, what is your perception? Your passive perception?
After my eye got shot out, my passive perception went down to 10.
10. Okay. Everything seems great.
Yeah.
But your hearing, right? Your hearing is, what would it be without your sight?
15.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you approached that ledge, right?
Yeah.
You did hear some whispering, some gibbering, you might say, coming from the passageway.
Did it sound made from like aquatic throats?
It sounded like indistinguishable languages spoken by many voices at once.
Okay, I will communicate that to
the gibbering mouther.
Yes, that would be the gibbering mouther.
That's the psychic things that were killing us?
No, the slime.
Actually.
The gibbering mouther is the thing that absorbs you if you fall in battle.
Oh. So do we not want to go that way? Do we want to go upriver?
Are we that
if we
close
go
to
that way, we need
things?
to go in force.
Yeah, no, I think we should go that way and kill it.
Okay, so anyone who doesn't have a swim speed, grab onto Alvis.
I should probably go first with.
Yeah, you will be in the front.
Okay. In that case, Pietro is going to hang on to all of us and get David Hasselhoff across the way.
Crash.
Yeah.
So they did give me my spellbook back, and I did get a long rest. But am I able to like change out the spells I had prepared for this?
Yeah, if you did, that's why they gave you the spells. Like
Okay, okay.
yes, how can understand how arcane magic, is done. They just don't practice it themselves. They have a deep hatred for arcane spellcasting.
So Alvis is going to suggest that
great.
Pietro don't actually get onto the land. Just hold on to the side for now
Okay.
until we get some more people here. Because when I swim away to grab the next people, I don't want you to get ambushed.
As you are flying, I'm assuming, right? Over
Yeah.
the river? Yeah. With your very good passive perception, right?
Mhm.
Of 15. It's, it's not broken, but it's definitely noteworthy. As you look around, you get the feeling more than anything else that there is something watching all of you.
All right. I probably will put up our pistols and get our.
Yeah, the fine feathers on your neck and arms kind of raise up a little bit.
Yeah, I got my pistols on. I do our clack clack for it might be fight coming.
So here's a twist for you. If you'd like, at this point, the river does submerge into like a underground tube, essentially, and you could totally, Finding Nemo, turtle surf that tube and wind up somewhere in the Underdark, or I don't know. I mean, but there's some options for you. So if you did want to take the old man's advice and try to get out of here, you could technically see where that takes you.
So it's like the D&D
I
version
cannot
of going
leave
to the
a
next map
temple
battle.
unlooted. So
Yeah, I mean, Roll20 has its limitations, right? Like, at some point, suffice to say that beyond the limit of your ability to see underwater, you cannot see where the river ends. So it definitely goes for a ways.
I think that at this point here, I would suggest that now that we have backup, Pietro could go onto the land, take the lead, and we can crawl up behind him.
Okay.
And speaking personally, Pietro was sort of intrigued by Okum's missing poster since he joined the group, and now that he's actually just stumbled across the guy, I just see how this all pans out.
Okay, I dig it.
Yeah, rewards. Rewards
yeah.
are kind of the point.
Heroism
Money.
through curiosity and greed. I love it. So
Avra kind of wants to leave him to die. Like, he
Dang.
doesn't deserve. Like, he's a terrible archaeologist. He deserves to get captured and eaten by Sahaugen.
And you're a terrible person for leaving money on the table.
I mean, look, if it's easy, fine, but
Think about it this way: the more of him they eat, the less of him we have to carry back.
That is also true. All right. Pietro's going to draw his rapiers just in case.
All right.
Can I attempt to try and go along stealth? Can I roll a stealth check to try and sneak along?
Yeah.
But it's because of my armor, it's with disadvantage?
What
What
armor?
what armor are you wearing?
I have chainmail. Yeah, chainmail.
Yeah, disadvantage.
All right. Well, let's see what happens.
Yeah, it's very, very loud.
Oh, Jesus.
So as you're walking, like, when you've like been swimming and you got like that kind of bathing, it's like a dude bathing suit with all the
Yep.
pockets. Yeah, all of
Yep.
a sudden, like one of the pockets just like drops like a water balloon, just down your pant leg, and it just echoes.
I think
and
it
the
goes over here,
whispering
guys.
definitely increases in height. Jenna, is your perception a 16?
No.
Okay, so before Garuda, before you move, you were being attacked. So
Okay.
Oh.
yeah,
Attack from behind?
from below. Something has free willied out of the water
Damn.
to try to get you. It is that.
Is that the
Oh.
shark?
That is the shark or a shark.
Motherfucker.
I don't know. Maybe she's the shark. You could always ask her. She is.
We'll ask it after it's dead.
Spolution out of the water and going to try and make attack on you. All right, here we go.
Are the rest of us rolling initiative?
I would assume everybody would want to roll into initiative on this one for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nah, we'll just let Garuda die.
Damn, my initiative has been on point this session.
Oh shit. That's a 27 for 31 points of damage.
Jesus.
Well, he gets a Constitution saving.
He does get a Constitution save.
Or ...
Yeah, true.
Wait, this is on Garuda? I thought this was on Jenna.
No, Garuda. Oh.
I just asked if Jenna could see it because I knew for a fact that Garuda couldn't. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
I feel so like such a bonehead that when you pointed out that there was depth, that I didn't make Alvis at least go under to see if there was anything in the area.
Oh, just send Alvis. He's expendable.
All right, so Garuda, it takes a bite, and then it does get 2 bites per turn. So I'm gonna have it snap as it flies past you.
Okay.
Oof.
Jesus.
All right, so I need you to make 2 different Constitution saves.
Can you see his first one, Crash? Or is the roll 20 still being?
I saw his first one. Yeah, it was 8.
Okay.
Yeah, so then go ahead and give me the second one. All right. Okay, so total damage I believe is 47. So you should still be alive.
Yep.
However, the 31 that you lost from the first bite, you have lost it permanently. Your maximum HP has been reduced.
Crash, are you there?
Crash, you faded right when you said reduced.
Good time to cut out.
We're
It's
getting
all just
nothing,
that.
no feed from you at all. You mean? Oh,
Wait, he's come back. Hello? Crash?
Oh, sorry. Hold on. All right, can you hear me?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so the attack has drained your life, Garuda. So your max HP is no longer 51, your max HP is 20. You cannot be healed above that amount.
Is this permanent?
I will have to find out. As it splooshes down into the water, rolls into initiative, and the combat round starts. Fortunately, you have definitely beaten it in initiative. Unfortunately, we just hit time for the session. So yeah, so with that thing dropping you to 4 HP and permanently draining your life of 31 health, we will resume next week. All right. Gosh.
So, just
Yeah.
so we're clear, we're now at approximately the halfway point of the campaign because we have officially had a shark jump the Garuda.
Well, yeah, ratings were way down, so I was like, how can we bring it back up? Yeah, so no, the shark is obviously pretty tough. For all them Sahuagin would not be looking for someone else to deal with it, to be sure. That being said, we'll continue next week, figure out what happens next, and then kind of take it from there. I have to say, those were some crazy rolls from the Sahuagin earlier in the underwater caverns, to be sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we were wounded, so give
Oh yeah, no.
never
it's
a
crazy.
good way to face them.
Yeah. I will tell you that the Baron and his entourage that were waiting by the entrance for a chance to escape, the other group walked. One guy was like, "I'll scout ahead," and he just got flattened. Like he died, just straight outright was just killed.
Like
Um,
Pietro without the magic item to prevent
well,
death.
right, because he was off by himself, so there was nobody else there. So the Salga just dragged him into the water, and then the party was like, "Where did it go?" Kind of thing.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
This is why you never break up the party.
Yeah. So with the Sahaugen, like a lot of times when you fight them, it's going to be like frustrating because they are very intelligent and they're very militaristic. So like they know about magic, they know about healers, they know about wizards, they know about getting up in someone's face if they're a ranged attacker or spellcaster. They understand when's the time to completely coup de grace somebody versus when is the time to keep fighting. So even though they look very bestial and even though they have bloodlust and all these other kind of things, they are a very intelligent opponent. So they definitely metagame, for lack of a better term. Like they live in the Dungeons and Dragons world, very much so. So it's just going to kind of keep that in mind as you move forward. That being said, do not feel bad. The Sahaugen are lawful evil, so they had a problem. You presented an opportunity to deal with that problem. So yeah, like it would not have benefited them at all to kill you if they could get you to move this thing out of the way. Now keep in mind they are lawful evil though. So while they have a certain amount of honor, that honor only goes so far, right? So I mean, I don't want you guys to think that these guys are like legit your best friends in the whole world. But generally, a creature that practices a lawful evil like society or behavior, if they made an arrangement, if they made a deal, there's a good chance that they will follow through on it. So there is that.
They're still very Nazis from Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yes, Nazis are a great example of lawful evil. Yeah, like these guys are bloodthirsty, heartless, cruel, for sure. You have a use right now, so you have worth right now. But you could already tell from like one attack action from that shark why they want somebody else to deal with it. And God only knows what other stuff the previous group of adventurers dealt with that when they came down here. So anyways, should be interesting to see how things turn out for you.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it.
Yeah. So all right. There is let's see, as far as announcements go, there's a one shot on Tuesday that I think is full. I'm pretty sure it's full. And then the following Tuesday is the Princess Heist, and I think there's 2 openings in that game if anybody's interested in pretending to be a monster that has been sent to kidnap a princess. I've got a really cool castle map, and basically it's kind of sandbox in the castle. Like you are a monster, you and your monster team are at this castle. You need to somehow extract the princess from said castle. Is pretty much like the whole adventure in a nutshell. It almost has sort of a board game feel to it a little bit, in that it has that sort of limited scope. But you could be a karate Medusa, and who doesn't want to be a karate Medusa? Yeah, but I don't know. Looks pretty fun. Beyond that, we already talked about schedule. We're not going to cancel any games until 29th. So that's cool. Yeah, I don't have anything else. Anybody else anything to add before we adjourn?
No.
No, just very excited for next Sunday now.
Yeah. So cool. All right.
Garuda, please have a backup character ready.
No, Garuda won initiative and is I'm assuming at 10 feet above the water, which is out of the reach of the shark now. So yeah, you should be okay. Just don't. I wouldn't try to tank it. I'll say
Does it have flyby? Will he get an opportunity attack as it leaves?
Oh, that's true.
That's
Yeah, you could have. Yeah, could have tried to bonk it on the noggin. I think you don't get reactions in a surprise round though.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So, but keep that in mind in case you want to bonk it for 1 HP next time. Well, I have a lot of important Pokemon to play, so I'm gonna go.
Oh, do you have a Sword of Shield, Crash?
Yeah.
How you
And
enjoyed it?
I'm so glad that the haters were, I think, wrong. I want to say mostly wrong. I'm enjoying the hell out of it. So
Yeah, I am too, dude.
That's all that matters.
yeah, like I had to quit like the Pokemon Reddit because it was like getting cancer every day. Yeah. So, and I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure you could write like a you could write a doctorate thesis about the psychological impact of Pokemon on like the different generations of gamers because like a lot of people were really upset about this new Pokemon game.
Yeah,
and,
dude.
and honest to God, it's just a Pokemon game. And maybe that's the problem. Maybe it was supposed to be like, I don't know, the next Jesus Christ of video games, but like it's just a Pokemon game. That's it. I mean, if you like Pokemon game, you'll like it because it's a Pokemon game.
Yeah,
That's my
dude.
review. That's my review for the game. Like,
I
don't know
100%
what else
agree
to
with
say.
that, dude. The wild area is fucking amazing, honestly.
Yeah, like my like Conti, who plays Claxmus on Thursdays. He came over, and then he and my daughter and I were playing like local Wi-Fi or whatever. So we were doing raids together, and
Oh,
like
that's cool.
you could see your friend if they were camping like
Yeah.
in the wild area. So like you could like share campsites and interact with other people's Pokemon teams, and I mean it was really fun. I don't know. I'm just so happy. I'm so relieved that it was that it's good because like there was so much negativity surrounding the release of the game. So
Yeah, it
Have
sounds
any of
terrible.
you-
See you guys later. Bye.
all right, later.
Later.
Crash, quick question and
Yeah,
related.
Sure.
You said Garuda was at like 50 hit points?
he has 51 normally.
Okay.
Yeah, and he just got dropped down to I think 4 hit points.
Yeah.
Right. No, my question is he was a fighter
Mhm.
and I'm playing a fighter
Mhm.
with with leveling up. Do you know if Garuda was rolling or was he just doing
I don't know. Guru, did you roll for HP? I'm assuming if
Yeah,
you
I've
have
been rolling.
51.
Yeah, I've been rolling.
Yeah, you've been rolling. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in that case, I just wasn't sure because there was some question when I leapt and I made
Oh, right,
commented
right,
after,
right.
like
Yeah,
I was at 50 and she's
For me, I have like as a player, I have terrible luck. I would never roll for HP.
no, I
yeah.
thought I'd been clicking average the whole time, but
Is your HP
No, I
weird
just-
again or?
no, it's what we changed it to, the 44. It's just I was, getting jealous when I heard he had 50 hit points. I was like, but I'm
Yeah.
supposed to be the tank now.
Yeah, sorry. I just been rolling, dude. I had some good rolls, and I don't think I've gotten below a 5 for my hit point rolls.
Yeah,
Well, and that's what I thought I was getting, as average.
Yeah, all it takes sometimes when you're rolling for HP is like one like 9 or a 10 on that D10,
Uh-huh.
and then you're like leaps and bounds ahead because some people will take toughness feat, and that gives you 1 extra hit point per level.
Mm-hmm.
And like to think that like if you're rolling for hit points and you get the high amount, like you basically just got a feat for free sometimes. Like it's so crazy, but it's like risk reward because you have a level where you roll like a 1. I mean that's terrible. When you could have had a 6 normally and you get like a 1, it's like feels bad. And the characters that have smaller dice, like the D8s, like you get a 5 on a D8.
Mhm.
Like, why would you ever roll? Like, it doesn't seem like mathematically like it would be a good idea to ever roll for HP if you had a D8.
No, it's so much better to take
Yeah.
the medium.
Yeah.
So plus, I feel like it's easier if you have multiple characters that you have to keep track of because then, unless you're like recording it somewhere in your character sheet, like on this level I got to this and on this level I got to that. It's like if you have shit happen that affects your constitution score or
Like just now.
Yeah, like just now, it can be a real pain to keep track of it.
I have not been doing that. I just been rolling it here. But
yeah, because that was what happened in Scales of War is they were all rolling for it at first, and then it got to the point where they were like, I never wrote down my rolls. And it's like, well, that sucks. So a lot of them, like when they started making new characters or respecing their existing characters, because like a lot of times if for example, when I push through the UA stuff, because I'm going to go through and be like, this is okay, this is crazy, this is okay, this is crazy. And then we add that to the game. I'm going to give everybody a chance to respec, because there's nothing more frustrating than like the rules of the game changing and then being told, but it doesn't matter because you picked this other stuff. So that's part of why I have been hesitant to do it, because it would be a lot of characters that would suddenly be different than they currently are.
Yeah.
Which as long as everybody's having fun, I mean, narratively, I would always prefer, like, if you hate your character, for example, and you're like, I really hate playing this character, I'll often ask, like, well, what do you hate about it? Is it the class? Because I'd rather you respec as a different class and keep the character than roll an entirely new character because you didn't like the class you were playing. So just kind of keep that in mind as well. Like, narratively, it's less impactful that you changed your job than you know, we're like, well, I'm not adventuring anymore, goodbye, and then like some rando dude shows up and takes your place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm quite happy playing Pietro. I'm having fun with that.
Yeah. So, all right, cool, guys.
But I think I need to get that heftier armor since we don't have a meat shield part 2.
Yeah, 5e is very forgiving as far as like plate mail. There's videos online of people doing, like, you know, all-American Ninja Warrior in a full suit of plate mail to like prove to like prove that you can do like anything in plate mail if you're strong enough. So like, as far as D&D 5th edition is concerned, if you have the 15 strength to wear the armor, you're strong enough to do all the shit you need to do in the armor. That includes swimming in the armor and everything else. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, can't have heavy armor in a pirate game. As soon as you fall in the water, you'll sink and die. That's not going to happen. So,
just as soon as we get back to Saltmarsh, I need to upgrade my armor.
Yeah. So, maybe you'll find some in this lovely dungeon. So
that would be nice.
Yeah. I'm also curious to see how you guys get out from under the scaly thumb of the Baron. That should be pretty interesting. So,
easy.
We now need to get out from underneath the scaly fin of the shark. So one thing at a time.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I am okay if you guys were like, damn, Sahaugen pay good. If you became like evil mercenaries and you helped bring about the destruction of the Sword Coast, I mean, I'm okay with that too. Like, it's Dungeons and Dragons. So some DM was telling me about his Saltmarsh game where they basically like helped destroy Saltmarsh. They were so frustrated with the different politics. They were like, you know what? We'll just form our own Saltmarsh with
burn it all down to the ground.
Exactly. Yeah. So something to keep in mind.
I very much take the tact of I keep my promises in the order that I make.
Yeah, fair enough. That puts you somewhere in the wheelhouse of lawful ? Yeah. So
maybe, I don't know, neutral.
Yeah.
I'd like to see what
I'm
opportunities
a big fan
present
of fourth edition had unaligned, like where you could just straight up be like, my character does whatever my character fucking wants and doesn't. Yeah, like that's what unaligned means. So like, that's why I really don't push alignment. Like, alignment's fun and it does have gameplay mechanics. Like, there are items that are like, you know, to use me, you must be of pure heart and super good and all that kind of stuff. And like, if a character's like, I'm super good, I'll be like, no, kid, you're not super good. Like, what does it say on your character sheet? Well, it says chaotic neutral, but that's because you said you didn't care about alignment. I was like, right, but this magic item cares about alignment.
And plus, I mean, yeah. I can see what the online thing comes into play because it gives you a lot more freedom. Mm-hmm. But if you're gonna play the role, play the role.
Oh no, totally. Yeah, if you're gonna be a good guy, be a good guy. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be a bad guy, be a bad guy. But you know, I don't know. I just find it to be the most cumbersome part of Dungeons and Dragons. Is definitely the alignment system.
Fair enough.
Yeah, like people who get so hung up on it that they argue about it instead of just playing D&D. Like, I mean, I just point out Game of Thrones to people. I'm like, who are the good guys?
No one.
Right, exactly. Right. Who thinks they're the good guys?
Everyone.
Like, everyone, right. So that's alignment for you. And then, you know, then you take another step further and you're like, is it evil if I kidnap a 3-year-old and I eat them alive? Is that evil? And you would say yes, right? Because there are certain things that as a culture, as a people, as just a sentient entity, you acknowledge are evil. So like there are things
Yes,
that
but
are
again, it's the whole point of view. Like if you're Sahaugen, you no, that's like Sunday afternoon.
right,
that's
exactly,
lunch.
exactly, yeah. So we play, and as from the standpoint of from the people of the Sword Coast, what is good and evil? That's our meter for good and evil, is what is considered good and evil by the majority of the civilized people of the Sword Coast of Faerun. That's what we use for good and evil. So anyways, all right, I'm gonna go play some Pokemon. Hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday, and I will talk to you later. I'll see some of you on Tuesday. So,
Later, dude.
See ya.
later.